Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. It's 8:35 a.m. This is going to be another great time of Kickstart here on a Monday morning.
Yeah, it's a new week, so go and do something positive with your week. You know, there's only a certain amount of days in the week, and you got 5 of them this week, so go and do something great, do something positive, volunteer in the community, share out KHEA Radio's Facebook videos if you can. That'd be great.
Yeah, we wanted to take a couple minutes and just mention the tragedy that happened this past weekend and just say that our thoughts and prayers are with the community, the police, and KHEA, and, you know, the police community in general. You know, we spent some time with the Lamarck police officers, and every day they go out and put their life on the line. But the chief of police, you know, in KHEA, he was a great man. He affected our community positively in such a great way. And our thoughts and literally like almost every thought this weekend there was towards him and his family and the things that are going on. I know the same was for you. We were texting and communicating about everything.
Yeah, it was nice. We had an opportunity to meet Chris Reed a couple weeks ago at Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families. You and I went up and shook his hand, and I think that was the first opportunity that we had to introduce ourselves to Chris. And, you know, it's an opportunity for us to kind of look back at all of the great things that he did for our community. You know, he was on the school board. He was the chief of police. At one point, he was the city manager for League City.
In Nassau Bay.
And so it's just, you know, an opportunity, you know, to just look back in this time and look at a life of somebody who gave back to the community. And I think, you know, when I look back at, you know, when I'm, you know, Chris's age, I want to be able to look back and accomplish everything that he did. And that's going to be really hard because he did so much for our community.
Yeah, even in a lifetime, like 2 lifetimes, 3 lifetimes, just reading some of that stuff, you know, serving in the military and then being a police officer. You know, he was in the MMA, the mixed martial arts scene. We had been to some fights and watched him referee. I recently watched a match on my phone. You know, Jake. He ref Jake's match, you know, from Premier Martial Arts. So, anyways, we wanted to definitely just remind everybody, and, you know, what a great man that he was. And we've been praying and we've been thinking about the situation and all weekend, and, you know, praying for his family. And we ask you to do the same.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that we preach about here at KHEA Radio, and we talk about and discuss, you know, is positivity and community. And you know, I think that's going to be something that makes us a little bit stronger, is taking that to the next level of saying, hey, let's go do something in Chris's name. Let's go do something in our community.
All right. So right now it's 8:38. We're playing a song right now. Stellar Cart here.
Live to lift your name.
It's pretty jamming. Did you ever listen to Stellar Cart?
Oh, I love
up?
Stellar Cart. Yes. Yeah, they were one of the old bands. So that's what's playing right now on 99.5 FM. If you are just tuning in for the very first time, we're not just a Facebook radio station. We're not just an online radio station. We are also on the FM. So go ahead and put it in the car radio, 99.5 FM. You know, Gardy, one of our really good listeners who tunes in to our Facebook page.
It's me.
She works at Legacy Collision.
Me, yeah.
Yeah. And she posted a picture of her brand new car.
Nice.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you saw, and I saw, her radio dial.
There was no 99.5. Actually, it was, if I remember off the top of my head, there was definitely an 89.3. I think there was 100.7. There was like a 96.5. And I was like trying to squint. I was like, maybe there's like dust on the dial and there's no 99.5. I was taking my glasses off, like, you know, like cleaning them. But no matter, I was looking upside down, sideways. I looked through different devices, but I don't know. It could have been a mistake. I think that it was just
a coincidence.
Maybe my phone messed up. I don't know.
A coincidence?
Yeah, maybe a coincidence.
Maybe she had like a back end, you know, where it was.
Maybe she had the app on her phone and she was, you know, like Bluetoothing it through the speakers.
Because I have 2 different sets of programs, you know, where I have to jump back and forth between the 2. You know, so there's a second set.
Sure.
So maybe that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know,
she just is on the second set on the very last.
Yeah, so I say all this to hope that if you're tuning in right now, that you're listening to 99.5 FM in your car, because it hurts our soul when you don't.
I'm tagging her. So I had an idea. Yesterday whenever I was in the car.
Oh, no.
And this is, I don't know, I'm hesitant to say it.
Because somebody's going to steal it?
Well, I mean, so I think we should start a second FM radio station. I think we should start a second. So if we have 99.5 FM, I think we should apply for a different one, get it going, get it funded, and we have a second one. And maybe I'll share more at 10:30 on my thoughts and ideas about that. But we got 10 seconds.
Okay.
What's your question?
No, I'm intrigued.
Ask away.
You got me.
Ask away, Curt. Uh-oh. She's in. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 8:41 on a Monday morning. TGIM. We have another beautiful day that's going to be taking place in Galveston, Harris, Brazoria County.
Yeah, there's so much going on this week. You know, today we're dropping a video for the city of Lamarck. It's finally here.
I can't believe
it.
it.
The day when the city of Lamarck gets featured on KHEA Radio. We never talk about the city of Lamarck. We never feature businesses in the city of Lamarck. And today is an opportunity. You know, I'm excited for this video.
I am too. There was a lot of work that went into this video. There was a lot of thought and planning that happened in a short amount of time. And at the end of the day, I can say that I think we're both pretty proud of the product that came out of it.
You know, I'm still recovering from the amount of hours and hours and hours that we spent working on this video.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that you and I are both excited that we were given this wonderful opportunity from the city of Lamarck to be able to produce something like this. We both had talked that, hey, we're kind of glad we got to do this because we
definitely,
you know, we're able to be in the community. I mean, no one's going to have those shots from A&A Machine and Fabrication located in the city of Lamarck. You know, we do. So it worked out great for us.
I feel like I was a behind the scenes insider. Maybe I grew up in Lamarck specifically. This was like the purpose of my life was to be an insider, like infiltrated into Lamarck. I became one of the Lamarckians, and then I knew all the spots. I knew all the places. I know the people. You know, I'm infiltrated. I infiltrated Lamarck. I am Lamarck. You know what? And then this point in my life, this is what it was all for. Now what left is what am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? That's what I'm trying to say.
Is life good?
Life is good, Lamarck. But once the video is done and it's released here at 9:00, like what's my next step? I don't know.
I really want to branch out. I know we've talked about this behind the scenes.
I don't know, man.
I want to branch out and do one for like the city of Texas City, League City.
But I didn't. Okay, I do live in League City now, so maybe I have infiltrated.
Maybe Angleton. You know, we could go all the way down to Danbury, Texas, and do a video in Danbury.
I do have some roots there, and Angleton. So okay, after we make This Is Lamarck, and then we make like This Is Lamarck Returns, like we make two. It's like a feature movie, right?
Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2.
I can see the logo. It says This Is Lamarck font. It's like This Is Lamarck. Boom, 2.
But you know what? Okay, it's not going to be as good as number 1, as the first one.
The second movie is never as good as what you're saying?
Yeah, the second movie.
False. Back to the Future 2 is, in my opinion, the best of the trilogy.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No way. Mm-hmm. Number 1 is the best.
It is. It's the best compared to every other movie. Then 2 came out, and it was like, okay, you done did it again.
No, 2 was...
Steven Spielberg, you rascal. Michael J. Fox.
2 was when they went to the future, right? And they had the hoverboards, right?
Yeah.
I did not like 2. I thought 2 was too cheesy.
Well, that's where you're wrong. That's where you are absolutely wrong. 2015, I was looking forward to it as a child, and it didn't quite live up to the movie standards, but still pretty awesome. And now we're in 2019. 2020, maybe we'll launch that second FM radio station. I don't know. I'm excited about it.
I don't want to start.
Okay. You're the second person I've told this to.
I'm gonna go on a soapbox here.
Here we go.
If we launch a second FM radio station, somehow,
I already have it all planned out.
Okay, then people need to put it in their car programming. I'm disappointed in a specific listener.
Oof.
A specific person that I thought was a friend of ours.
Who?
Angie Butler.
Oh, are you talking about the picture she posted?
I am talking about the picture that she posted.
Of her car radio?
I'm sure the people who are listening at 99.5 FM right now don't have it programmed in to either their car or on their phone.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Leanne, this is a comment from Leanne.
I saw this.
She said, Curt is going to make me log off with all this foolish talk. Me too. I'm out.
Because of the Back to the Future?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't like to. Anyways, let me get back on my soapbox. So if we make a second FM radio station and we're spreading positivity in the community, because I'm only doing a second FM radio station for spreading positivity, right? Is that part of the plan?
No, it's a negative radio station, Curt. What do you think? We're spreading negativity. Of course it's positive.
Then if I see a picture of your car, inside of your car, then it needs to have 99.5 FM or whatever that other radio station is programmed into the
I know.
to it.
I got it. 99.6 FM.
It can't be 99.6. You know that, right?
You don't know. All things are possible.
So I say all that to say, Angie, why are we not programmed into your phone, into your car as 99.5 FM?
If you're listening in your car right now, give yourself a clap. And the pat on the back, we appreciate you. We could not do this if it wasn't for you on the other end supporting us with listening, supporting us with sharing our content on social media, supporting us with ideas, and then also sometimes sending in financial gifts. That's how we stay on the air, is literally from people like you and local businesses who support us.
Yeah, you can go to our website, KHEAradio.com, click on donate. You can actually become a monthly subscriber where it just takes like, $10, $15, $100 if you got that to support KHEA Radio.
One thing I want to say, because you're talking about the donate, I still want there to be a donut button. There's like a donate button if you want to donate to KHEA Radio, and then there's like a donut button if you either want like, hey, I want a free donut, or I want to donate a donut to the KHEA Radio guys. It goes to them as well. So there's that.
Angie, we are a 24-hour radio station. We just don't talk for 24 hours.
We only have so many words. Can you imagine? People probably would want that, like for us to talk 24 hours a day. But like,
I couldn't.
Hard to talk that long.
So let's get some misconceptions out of the way here, because I feel like there's a misconception there. Mm-hmm. We actually play music when we're not on the air for Kickstart. So if you still want to listen to good quality music, like I see Phil Wickham is next. Mm-hmm. If you want to listen to that, you just put in your dial 99.5 FM.
We also play local artists, which is huge, because growing up in this area that we are broadcasting in right now, being a musician as a kid and having dreams to try and go and do things, like I would send my record, my little tape, because we definitely recorded on a 4-track. Nobody was going to play that. Nobody gave me any direction. And so I appreciate musicians coming in studio, giving us albums, giving us things that we can actually help promote them, because this wasn't a tool that we had whenever we were kids, and I love to be able to be that for people now.
So we do appreciate the people. I should clarify, we do appreciate the people like Angie Butler who listens every morning.
You're so mean.
From Legacy Collision. We do appreciate that, but it kind of broke our hearts that you didn't have 99.5 FM and programmed in your car.
I definitely noticed. And you brought it up this morning, and I was like, yeah, I did see that. And I was just like, huh. Just, sometimes you're looking at the phone at the wrong angle. You're like, like maybe it's a glare. But it's all good. No, she's awesome. I love Angie. We ran into her the other day at the Boudin Barn with her son, Deacon, who's doing really cool things in the community.
Oh, man, doing some amazing hygiene bags.
Well, Leanne, too. So Leanne, who is our DJ on Friday nights, is out there on Saturday morning after coming in from Friday night at KHEA Radio.
She works until midnight on Friday night.
And then she's out there on Saturday morning, the same place Deacon and his family and friends have been giving and blessing homeless people who are going through difficult times and people who just need some help. So I know there was some stuff that Leanne did for Mother's Day, like packing purses and bags and hygiene kits. And then for Father's Day, she's been collecting to do the same. And then also I saw shoes, which is a really big. I love shoes, and that really, I saw the picture she posted yesterday, and that was like really kind of touched my heart.
Yeah, the shoes is probably the most important part when you're going to a ministry like that, because you think about if you were homeless.
How do you get somewhere?
Mm-hmm. You have to walk
everywhere.
And if you don't have shoes, if you don't have transportation, a bicycle is huge. If you have an extra bike that you don't use, donate it to get in contact with Leanne, and make sure that you help, because if you can get around the island, you could possibly get a job, and that's going to help you get out of that situation.
Yeah, so I think Father's Day is coming up And I don't really look at the calendar for that, but my wife's just been asking me, so, like, oh, Father's Day, I already got you something, or, oh, what do you want? And I'm just like, I don't know. What do Father's Day people get? But this is a great opportunity for you to give back to people in our community. Leanne, I see that you're watching and listening right now. How can people donate to the cause? You know, if somebody said, hey, man, you know what? I want to help. I want to give some shoes to some people in our local community going through some hard times. Maybe they're homeless. Maybe they're just, down on their luck, down on life right now. How can people get a hold of you to make a donation? That's what we need to know. And shout out to Deacon as well, Butler, for doing some cool things. He is, how old is he? I mean, he's in elementary school, but
I don't know how old he is.
He got blessed with like a $50 card, like a cash card. And he said, hey, I want to bless homeless people. I want to be able to take this money that he earned like at school or something like that and give it back to the community. I want to make kits so that way they can brush your teeth, have deodorant, have soap, and everything else. And so he's had a bunch of people that have donated to him, and he said he's going to keep doing it till forever. If people keep blessing and putting money in that funds, then, hey, I'm going to keep doing it. So that's awesome.
I love our community. You guys are, for our listeners who are tuning in right now on 99.5 FM, we do have a Facebook page, and that's at KHEA Radio. And every day I feel like we connect people in ways that just blows me away. And I see Natasha just said, do you need volunteers? If you could email me details, I'll pass it along, and actually drop the email there for Chef's Table Charities at gmail.com. And it's that's super cool to connect people that way. It just blows me away still. I mean, we've been doing this for a year and a half now, going on 2 years in November.
Feels like 30.
Especially after last week.
Doing it for 30 years. So you can also check out our website, KHEAradio.com.
Yeah, so go and also make sure that you download the KHEA Radio app. You can search at KHEA Radio on the App Store and in the Google Play Store.
Yeah. So Leanne, who is going to be putting together that shoe fundraiser, if we can get Natasha and Chef's Table Charities maybe to help share that out. I see that Leanne said she has a Facebook fundraiser for it, so maybe we can share that later. And if people want to donate to that, that would be the best way. I guarantee all the funds, all the money that is given to that is going to go to a great here in a bit. And then we are going to have the mayor of Lamarck in studio, Mayor Bobby Hocking, the singing mayor. Has anybody had the opportunity to meet Mayor Hocking? He is awesome, from Lamarck, in Lamarck. Now he's been serving as the mayor for we need to ask him. I know it's been a bit now for the past, I feel like at least 5-6 years.
Yeah. He just got elected. What, it's a 3-year term? Is that what it is?
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask.
We had him on last summer as well. So I think, because it was last spring maybe that the election took place.
Yeah. That sounds right. But, us working with the city, we were able to see a little bit about local government and how it works. And that is something that I never really thought of, or, I wasn't involved with as a kid. So seeing how this stuff works is pretty interesting. It's cool. And I think it's important. I encourage everybody, why not attend a city council meeting? Why not attend, like the school boards meetings and all that, just to see like the process, how everything goes and how those decisions are made that affect everybody's lives. Literally, it affects you more than, like a presidential election, and you should be involved and concerned about everything that goes on. But on this local level, like your taxes, it affects like the roads, it affects like parking lots, like your trash service, everything on the local level affects your life so much more than on that national level. And a lot of people aren't really concerned or care, about the local ones. Like, oh, it's whatever. But, the national level, everyone is, which why not both?
I had forgotten, I hadn't worked in news for a while. But the other day I was working on a story about the trash pickup in Dickinson. And it took me a second to step back and say, hey, if you have an issue, because I went to the city council meeting at Dickinson the next week, and there was nobody there who was talking to the city council about the trash issue. So they're blowing people up on Facebook, and blowing up this issue on Facebook, but they're not going to the city council meeting to talk about it and discuss it and come up with solutions. Because that's where you can have like a thing on Facebook or something like that, but it doesn't really make any difference if you're not going to the city council meeting and do that.
Yeah, well, finding the solution is the most difficult part, not even just on like political, local things, but me and you, if we're talking about something, well, I'll say like, oh, this is an issue. We need to fix it. Well, what do we do to fix it? And then we both don't know. So that's why people who are solution seekers and finders, if you you're needed everywhere, because a lot of people can see a problem. And we've had people who've consulted, not necessarily me and you, but people that we know. And they're like, well, you need to do this. Your website doesn't have this, or you need this, you need this. I'm like, well, how do we do it? I don't know, but you need to do it. It's like, well, okay, I can point out a problem, but how do we fix the problem? So always bringing a solution to the table. It may not be the one that gets picked, but it may spark an idea in conversation that actually gets a solution to a problem.
And I think that's what makes like a community, because you're only as good of a community as your people. The people who are involved. We've had conversations. I'm thinking of the Keep Lamarck Beautiful Commission, right? And Alana, and they were
get our award.
Yeah,
Can we just show it off?
They gave us an award.
This is our first award, and I just want to thank, first of all, the city of Lamarck. I'd like to thank Abundant Life Christian Center, Pastor Walter Hallam. I would like to thank Curt for allowing me to be a great leader. I would like to thank my wife, my son Kellen, my daughter River. Are you rolling your eyes?
What? No, not yet.
No, but how cool is that? The business window of the month.
Why didn't I get the first thing?
I'd like to thank Kurt's mom, Kurt's brothers, for putting up with him and allowing him to make it to 30 years old, because I'm sure there was a lot of opportunities for him to get slapped back to reality. And if he was realistic, then we wouldn't have gotten this far. I will say that. Me carrying him on my back.
Wow. Anyways,
uphill both ways.
I said all this to say that you're only as good as your community. And I think, one of the things that I saw, that I hadn't seen in the city of Lamarck, just because I hadn't seen it yet, was like these people who are going around and doing things like the spring cleanup that happened, like giving awards for beautiful yards. There's so many cool things about the city of Lamarck that go beyond, hey, just the city council meeting. But tonight, you and I are going to be at the city council meeting at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, to introduce the video that is dropping literally in seconds on our Facebook page.
Are you concerned about the feedback? I'm curious to see what the feedback is. And that was one issue, and I didn't voice it. If it's dropping at 9 o'clock, it's dropping at 9 o'clock, right? First of all, we have a bunch of people that are hanging out, and I hope they don't leave like, oh, KHEA radio left, and then we're just like talking to ourselves, because we do that too much already.
Wait till 11 o'clock. If you're watching right now, stay until 11 o'clock and then go back and rewatch.
But the feedback, like what if the video, which I think is great, we see it as the new Sonic the Hedgehog trailer that dropped, and we're like, it's wonderful, and then everybody's like, Sonic sucks. Like, why does he look like that? You know what I'm talking about? Did you see that trailer?
This video is not Sonic the Hedgehog.
More importantly, did you see the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog? If they're like, okay, we'll redo Sonic.
It's on our It's on our Facebook page right now. Don't go, please, people. Don't go to watch this video. Wait until 11 o'clock. It wasn't our decision.
Yeah, no, but I'm excited. I'm excited that video dropped. This is Lamarck. It's playing right now. I can hear the music in my head because we've been listening to it for nonstop. Yeah, 9 o'clock.
I want to be the
it's
first
surreal.
to watch.
Are you watching it right now?
I am. There's one view.
And it's you. Oh, man.
Hey, the best part is yesterday I went through. I have my sound off,
Yeah. Yeah, I just sound on.
If you have your sound off, you can actually watch in the...
I'm going to share it to my personal Facebook.
Woot!
So you know it's good.
That's awesome. Life is good in Lamarck.
It is. I'm putting a USA flag, a taco emoji, and a cowboy hat and the wave with the ice, because that's the first ones that I had on my phone.
I wanted to do like a really cool post, though, so I don't want to do it while we're on the show.
Mine was cool. What do you mean? I just said I had a taco, the emoji with the cowboy hat, the wave, and the ice like a snowflake. Come on, Curt. And a heart.
And a heart.
Hey, something today that I am starting is my 6-week challenge with the Iron Den.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
And make sure. Wow. Are you ready for it?
Dude, I was going to start it at 5:30, and then I asked Nate Laws. I said, Nate, can you send me the times that I'm allowed to come and work out and do everything? And he did. And so I saw that there was a 4:30 and a 6:30 this evening, so I can probably make that 4:30. I was like, 5:30 in the morning or this afternoon, which we have nothing really going on after a meeting that we have after the show today. I said, I think I'm going to try to hit that 4:30 up. So I'm going to go work out, and then I have my meals provided by ProFit Meals, the workouts at the Iron Den in League City. I'm excited. So it's a 6-week challenge. I'm going to be working out 3 times a week. They said that the workouts are about 30 minutes long, that's awesome. But they say it's pretty intense, that nobody's like, hey, I want to do more. So we'll maybe touch on that again around 10:30, and I'm going to start capturing it today. So I'm excited. Because Josue said, I thought you looked bigger than usual, Gardy. That explains if you're carrying Curt around on your back.
Wow.
But
You're going to need to be carrying me around.
It's my baby weight. I'm going to lose
Imagine
it.
how much weight you could lose.
I'm 33 years old, and I'm about to drop it all. So in the 6-week challenge. So we have Petra here in studio. We got Petra. So we were at Petra's the other day because we did our show at the Art of Coffee, and we talked to a bunch of people. We had Kelly, More Than Just a Society, kind of hosting a More Than Just Coffee event that she does, and it was awesome. So we went and hung out. She wasn't there, but we were just there.
We went and saw Ashley, and we said hi, and they like, get out of here, we're busy.
Curt was busting in the massage room. I massage pro, and he was like, it's my turn now. And she's like, I'm with a client right now. He's
She's like,
no.
get out. Get out.
So it went down.
It did, and I was kind of disappointed that I didn't get there's a lot to do in KHEA, Texas. Especially when you're at Toucan Alley. You can eat tacos, you can get coffee,
Keep going.
ice cream, and get a massage all at the same time while getting, locked into a room at Escape KHEA. I mean...
But do you want to come out? You're like, I have an hour in this room.
I'm getting a massage. I have ice cream. I have all the necessities. Ice cream, tacos, and coffee.
There's pizza, too. While you're getting, I think there's a tattoo shop there.
And if
well.
you don't escape from Escape KHEA, then there's flowers there for you as well.
Always take it one step too far.
There's flowers. Yes.
Always take it one step too far. Hey, we got 5 seconds. Do you want to go ahead and go on?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
You're not alone.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we are excited. It's Monday, TGIM. It's going to be a good week. We're encouraging people to do something positive. I think Father's Day is coming up, and our good friend Leanne.
Oh, that's where I should have gone with flowers.
Yes, that'd been a great way to go. But our good friend Leanne, she is doing some cool things, and she's going to be handing out shoes. She's collecting some money, handing out shoes to some of the homeless community in our area, and then she's going to be out in Galveston handing those out. So if you want to get involved, we're going to be sharing a fundraiser out that you can donate, and I think it's a great thing to do.
Yeah, you can actually get donate an old pair of shoes that you have. I have like 8 maybe.
Well, I even think that
closet.
she's like buying new pairs of shoes. I don't think anybody wants your old pairs of shoes.
No,
if I'm being honest, let's keep those in your closet.
So you can actually drop those off. You can get in contact with Leanne on her page, and we'll share it out on our page as well, where you can go and give shoes to people in homeless. That'll be taking place this Saturday.
All right, yeah. So right now we're going to be talking to our good friend Petra from Petrified Eyes Lash Studio, located in Toucan Alley in beautiful KHEA, Texas. Petra, what's up? How are you doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Hey, how has business been? I know that there's been a lot of changes that have been taking place in your area, in your location right there. Because I know that we had Moxie there. She recently branched out. You helped nurture her and grow her, and now she's like flying like a baby bird, taking to her own shop now.
She is.
Yeah, and
She's doing super well.
And you brought in some people as well. So what's been going on?
Not a lot. Business has been great, but I've got still eyelash techs, and then we've got Amy at Eye Massage Pro.
Mm-hmm.
So business has been, summer's picking up.
Yeah.
I mean, this week is really starting to pick up. Like, I go through periods where it's just steady, which I love.
Yeah.
And then I go through periods like right now where it's crazy busy. So,
really? Is that because it's summer? Like people have more free time?
It's more free time, and they don't want to mess with makeup.
Yeah.
You know, they just want to wake up and go. So that's
gonna,
where I come in.
I was going to ask, I've seen that meme where it's like, hey, I didn't make the summer bod this year, but, next year
Right.
I can do it. And so it's
Right.
like that fat cat that's like, oh, I missed it this year, next year. Are people still can you still get beautiful for the summer? Like get your eyelashes done and stuff like that?
Oh, heck yeah. You can get your eyelashes done. You can get your eyebrows microbladed. I'm horrible with posting pictures. Like, I'm super bad with that, but I've got, microblading in the studio as well. So that's something that women love to do because they just get up and go. Your brows and your mascara are good.
Okay, so you mentioned microblading and the lashes done. Mm-hmm. Do you have either of those done?
Both.
You have both of them done? Mm-hmm. Okay, and
it literally took me like 5 minutes to do my makeup this morning. I don't do much.
That's less time than we took.
Is that because of the eyelashes?
Yeah, like it's lashes and brows. Like I'm ready to go. So I put blush on and some, highlighter, and I'm done. Like
Well, for yours, I will say this because it looks natural.
Yes.
And I think that's the whole point, right?
Yes, it is. There's extensions that are done so many different ways, but I'm pretty much known for more of a natural look versus I can do dramatic, but I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the more natural look. So
is it a personality thing? Like if somebody comes in or you're talking to them on the phone and they're like, I want to get my lashes done, can you immediately tell like they're a little dramatic? They want that dramatic look.
Some, yes. Some you can tell. And the main question I ask is if they've seen my work.
Okay.
Yeah. Because my work is more on the lower scale than it is like
Did you point at
dramatic.
me?
Kurt's a little dramatic.
Are you? Your drama?
Oh, 100%.
No.
He would want the big dramatic lashes for sure.
Oh, like super far out here?
Yeah,
how long can you make the lashes?
The longest I carry is 17 millimeter. So most people, like mine are like 11 millimeters.
Okay.
So
6 more millimeters.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine that in my head, and all I'm thinking about is like it's touching your forehead.
Yeah, they
kind of big.
They literally do.
Okay.
And there's very few people that I will do that on. But yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. With it being summertime, I know a lot of people are going to be out in the sun, using sunblock, going into the ocean, swimming pool, sunbathing, working out.
Look at me.
Maybe.
I've been out in the sun quite a bit too, and I'm already dark.
And it withstands everything that you do?
It does.
It's okay?
They don't love salt water,
Mm-hmm.
They don't love that, but I mean, yeah, it will stand up to it. And most people come in more often,
Yeah.
if they're constantly, in salt water or sweating like crazy, that kind of thing. Yeah, it'll make them come out a little faster. But yeah.
Do you want to compare farmers' tans?
Farmer's
I
tan.
don't even think you have a farmer's tan, dude.
I can see.
Looks
I
all
can
even.
I don't have a farmer's tan. I forgot my watch, so you can
Oh,
totally
I can
see my tan
where
line.
the watch is.
Yeah, you
mine's
can
a
totally
little
see my
bit
tan
like
line.
that. But we've been driving around. I don't have AC in my car.
Oh, so you only have the one arm
Oh yeah,
out?
no, definitely. My left arm is definitely
Oh, my
darker than my
goodness.
right arm because it hangs out the window. Gardy, is yours?
Yeah, my right arm is darker than his because I'm in the passenger side of the no AC. You see that?
Wow. That's usually what happens to me. But
Yeah.
That's
I'm pretty
funny.
even right now.
It's noticeable.
Yeah, because I was doing this out the window to survive. Like, I remember doing that as a kid just from my mom's like, get your hand back in the window. And I'm like, but in his car, I'm doing that and like trying to put the wind to hit my face to simulate air conditioning. But it works. Kind of.
They said it was going to be like $1,300 to fix my AC in my car, and I was just like, nah, not right now.
Really? You haven't gotten them to donate to you yet?
Well, we haven't really pushed that. It was kind of I feel bad. Like I don't need extra. Like I'm not gonna make a GoFundMe for that Jeep Compass. Like I'm good.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
good. So I don't want people to start donating to KHEA Radio or myself to fix my car. But you can donate to KHEA Radio. Just don't donate because of my car. It'll be okay. We'll make it happen.
It'll work.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go all summer without AC.
Oh. We are in Texas. You know that, right?
I do know that.
Yeah.
He lives like 2 minutes away.
Yeah, it's not really. The hardest part is when I'm like driving around Gardy in the city of Lamarck all day.
It's my chauffeur.
It's a chauffeur.
Keeps him humble. That's what I was telling him.
It makes-
Sometimes his head goes, boo, and we just got to bring it back down, ride around without AC for an afternoon, and that'll work real quick.
I will tell you, it makes coming home to AC a lot better.
I bet it does.
And showers as well better. Like, it just makes everything.
I was trying to get him on a regular shower schedule.
Yeah.
And so if we make sure that he's sweaty, then he'll maybe do it. Maybe.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just makes those normal routines that you do every day even better.
Yeah. So this is a way that you can speed up your normal routine, like getting permanent makeup or lashes or microblading, right? Mm-hmm. Is microblading permanent?
It's semi-permanent. So it will last. Like, I haven't had mine done for probably 3 years now, and it doesn't all fall out. So it's different than a tattoo because it doesn't penetrate throughout your entire skin. It's basically like the first layer of skin.
Okay.
So it'll lay in there for probably a year and a half before you need to retouch it.
Does that mean it's not as painful as a tattoo would be, or is it about the same?
No, it's about the same. But I do mine with a hand tool, so they have almost similar to like tattoo guns now. Mm-hmm. But I do mine with a hand tool, so yeah, I mean it's basically making little cuts in the skin and then implanting the pigment in there. So it is painful. I do numb you, but yeah.
Curt almost passed out during his tattoo. It's like this big, and he had to take a break. So I don't know if it would be he would be a good candidate.
You've been wanting me to do this, and I don't know if I ever want to do this now.
I want him to get KHEA radio, like on his microbladed into his eyebrows. How cool! Can you do like custom stuff like that?
Oh, I'm sure I could. I'd work it out for you.
Man, that would be so cool.
I was thinking of our video for the City of Lamarck and the guy with the gold teeth, and he smiled, and we didn't include it in the video.
I wanted to.
But I was thinking old school, like I should get KHEA radio grills.
Oh my god.
And sit here and smile like this. That would be dope.
That would be unique.
Oh my goodness.
The only radio station where that happens.
Yeah. Yes, it would be. So let's say that you've had a lot of, because trends change whenever it comes to makeup, fashion, eyebrows. I remember in the 90s, it was like really thin, and then it kind of got bigger and bigger. I don't know who decides that stuff, but sometimes like eyebrows don't grow back. So let's say somebody's trying to get microblading, but they have like really thin. Are they still a good candidate, or is it going to look like it's not real?
No, I mean, you can still get it done. Mm-hmm. Mine, I did that little thin brow thing for a long time, and then mine grew back like over my tattoo. So it took quite a long time, but yeah, I mean, you can still get it done without. I mean, cancer patients, that kind of thing, once their hair falls out, yeah, I mean, they still look natural.
Okay. Cool.
So we've done this for microblading, and maybe they've fixed this as well, but I'm scared that one day I'm gonna be an old person that's bald. I've seen what I look like bald. Have you seen what I look like bald?
No, I haven't.
I'll show you. I'll look for it while you talk.
It's scary.
It is.
First of all, like people had to see this and me walk around with it. So how come they haven't come up with some way to like implant like hair?
They have. Well, it's basically so like the receding hairlines, those types of things that they have now. It's a new process called micropigmentation. Oh. And so basically what it does is you go in and you tattoo it looks like little hair follicles all over the head. So you go through, map out the hairline. It's a really cool process. It's up and coming. So watch in the next year or so, you'll see it blow up everywhere.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Micropigmentation.
He's Googled. I Googled it.
Really cool. He's like, oh my goodness. Did you see that? Oh, wow. Yeah. See? Yeah. But you can tattoo a hairline and it looks really cool. You can't. You won't have like that, what is that, Bosley, whatever it is, like the actual long hair, but...
If you notice, his eyebrows are gone too.
What happened to you?
Well...
you lost a dare or something?
A little bit.
A little bit.
He said a little bit.
So, we had a share-a-thon in December where we were trying to raise some money to buy all this awesome gear that we have now here in studio.
I know, you'll have all new stuff.
This mic, that camera, like everything was
part of the share-a-thon. Yeah. And we had Cool Cow Creamery came in because I wanted ice cream because we were going to be on for like 9 hours. And I'm like, if I'm going to talk to Gardy for 9 hours... then I need...
Ooh, he's all up on you.
I know, look at that. Like,
I wanted it to look like it was on your body.
So they came in and they said they knew that I was getting my head shaved. It hadn't happened yet. And they go, we'll write a check right now for $1,000 if you shave your eyebrows. And I was like, done.
Oh my goodness.
And then I was like, only $1,000? I should have been like, no, make that 2 and you're good.
Right.
But yeah, so Cool Cow Creamery was responsible for me not having any
You're
eyebrows.
familiar with them, I'm sure.
Oh yes, I am. They're dangerous.
It is. It's so good. Have you been lately?
No.
What-
I try. Okay, like it's literally out the back door of my studio, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, don't go over there. Don't go over there.
There's a lot of things happening in KHEA Alley. I mean, Toucan Alley.
Yeah.
What can you talk about kind of the area and KHEA kind of in general about why maybe you had this business in that community?
Yeah. I've been there 3 years, and watching it change and grow has been really amazing. Like we've got Miss Linda over there at Simply Twisted, and she's got like all knickknacks candles. Like she's got different types of clothing, that kind of stuff. Cool Cow came in, and they've kind of, sweetened everything up, I guess you could say. We got the pizza place now. We've got the, the bar upstairs, the tattoo parlor, the vape shop. And then, of course, we have, lawyers upstairs. We have the escape room, which is so much fun.
Have you done the escape room at
Yes.
Escape KHEA? Which
Yes.
one did you do?
I did, actually, for Christmas, I took the girls at the studio. We did the 90s room. And we broke out. It was so much fun. And then my daughter, I took her to do her 13th birthday party there, and we did the bomb room. So it was a lot of fun. Like,
Did you escape both times?
let's see, bomb room. I actually did that one for my birthday first, which was, I don't know, probably 3 years ago when I did that. Yeah, I didn't get out. Oof. And then my daughter, I let her go through, and I didn't go in because I already knew the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't get out either. But
Oh, no.
yeah.
Would you have been really disappointed if your daughter got out
Yeah.
and you couldn't get
I
out?
was like, don't get out, don't get out.
we did the fear room, which was a lot of fun. We took a bunch of people here from KHEA radio and a couple listeners as well, and went through the entire room, and we got out, but
Did you?
barely. It was like counting down.
I think they helped us a little bit more than they may
Than normal?
have should
I
have.
feel like yeah, they're like, well, if KHEA can't get out, then they're not going to talk about it on the radio very well,
They usually give you like 2 clues. They give y'all like 10. I'm joking.
I don't remember. They gave us quite a few, but like towards the end, I mean, we got out with like a minute, if like a minute or less to spare.
Yeah.
It
If
was
you
really
haven't been
close.
through their 90s room, which is the newest one, oh my goodness. That one's so much. They got a payphone in there. They have like, it's super cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I like that they create those puzzles there themselves. Like they design them
Yeah,
and
it's a
figure it
family
out.
thing. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
So is that one of the reasons why you chose that area? Just because there's so much to do, or why KHEA and why KHEA Alley?
Were you there first?
Kind of. No,
Yeah.
everything around me is pretty much new. I was in like a little hair salon, I guess you could say, and I just wanted more space. And I had a girl that was doing, she was an esthetician, and she wanted somebody to work with her.
Mm-hmm.
So she just happened to be there. I had never even heard of Toucan Alley, or like I've lived in League City forever, but I didn't know, like I really never went to KHEA. So once I went there, I was like, wow, this place is cool. And, I started upstairs, and I had, 2 rooms, and then I expanded a little bit more. And then once I quit my full-time job, I went downstairs, and then I built out the studio that we have now. So, yeah, it's been pretty cool to grow. The landlord there's awesome. He's been really good to me and kind of pushed me to get a little bit bigger and grow a little bit more, even when I was scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really good.
Well, it's a nice vibe in there. We went in there. There's like nice music playing, and the lights are low, and there's snacks everywhere, like in the little
Right.
corner. And we're just like,
We didn't eat the snacks. We promise.
I had one. I
We
had one
asked.
bag of something.
I'll check the cameras. Don't worry. I mean, it's
Are there cameras in there?
We asked.
Oh man.
We asked Ashley. We
Don't
said,
check.
"Can we take some?" And she said, "Yes."
Of course you can.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Of course you can.
So how many
scared.
other artists do you have working there?
I had 3, and then myself, and then I just had one. She had a hand injury, so she had to stop doing it. And then it's the 3 of us now, and then Amy.
Okay.
So,
Petra, how do you keep your hands? Because it's precise work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think of it almost like a plastic
Surgeon or
like
something.
a surgeon or something that's going in there making minute details. How do you keep your hands? Because like I've had to like do some stuff and my hand goes like this. You know, how do you prevent that?
I don't know. When I first started doing lashes, I was like that. Now I guess they're used to being, you know, overworked, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
For the most part, I try not to do a lot of stuff at home. Like when I worked both jobs, it was hard because I was on the computer all day, and then I would go and do, you know, lashes, so my hands would get super tired. Now I limit myself for clients per day, because before I only did it part-time, so I would see anywhere from 12 to 15 clients a day because I was working like crazy. Now I try to keep it to about like 8, and that way my hands aren't so tired. So there are days where it's still, you know, this week they'll be tired.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because
they'll
you're
be
just
tired.
like packed?
Yeah, because I'm just packed. It's back to back.
Back to back. Do you ever be like, I just need a break? Hang on.
Yes.
How long does it take if somebody's coming in to get their lashes done? They've never had anything. It's not like a refill. How long is it going to take a new client?
For a new client, if they do a classic set, it's anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. And then for volume, I usually take about an hour and a half to 2. It just depends on how much natural lashes they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like a long time.
It's really not.
Not?
Okay, so like on average, for a classic set for anybody else takes anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. And then for volume, it's anywhere from 2 hours to 4 hours. It just depends. So that's like somebody's half a day. I can't sit that long.
Right.
So
Yeah. So how long? Because I noticed this is getting, you know, more mainstream. I guess I don't know if I want to use the word popular, but like, has this been like an upward trend? And like how long?
I've been in the business for 10 years.
10 years.
So when I started, you know, 10 years ago, people were, why are you doing that? Like, that's going to go away. I'm like, I don't see that. You know, now it's like a nail salon. They're everywhere. But it's scary, too, because everybody has access to it, and there's so many people that get a bad vibe or a bad experience, and then they don't want to go back. You know? So it's people who go in and just don't really, like, for me, it's art. You know, that's my name. That's me walking out there. Like, I don't want to do anything, you know, that's not up to par. But
So 10 years ago, can you talk about that decision to be like, hey, I want to go and study this, or hey, I want to go and do this? Because there might be somebody who's watching right now who might have that aspiration, and kind of give them some advice on how they can get started in something like this.
yeah, 10 years ago, I was going through a divorce, and I was in an industry where I had a non-compete I was running up against. So I didn't really have, you know, I had my high school education. I had gone to college a couple times. It wasn't what I wanted to do. And, you know, I had 2 kids to support. So once, you know, I was kind of sitting, you know, trying to figure out what I was going to do. I was getting my lashes done by someone that I had known for a long time. She had been already doing it for probably like 4 or 5 years. So she's been, you know, she's my mentor. She's been doing it forever. And I went to her one day, and she's like, you should try this, you know, because I've always been into art, always been into little intricate things. And she's like, you should try to do this. You know, you'll be successful. And I was like, yeah, right. But, you know, she trained me for 2 days, and she just threw me out there. And so that's, I mean, it was not anything I ever expected to be where I am right now, or to expand to where I am. Like, I had no clue. It was just something that I did at the time to survive. And then it blew up into, I mean,
Being the best.
yeah. I mean, it's been amazing.
I just accidentally became the GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. Whenever it comes to eyelashes,
No,
like you think of
definitely
eyelashes,
no.
you think of me.
Do
like
you
it.
ever go back and say, man, I wish something was different? Or are you sitting here today saying, man, this was the greatest decision that I made?
Yeah, truly it is. I mean, I have, you know, if you go into my studio, I don't know if you've ever paid attention, but one of, like, on the windowsill, kind of by the couch, I have a picture of my kids when I started. You know, my daughter is going to be 15 in a few days, and my son is 11. And my son was like 2 years old, rattling my little massage table with my clients. And I still have some of those same clients, you know, and they're like, I remember when Joey was still in, you know, in diapers, you know, and I'm like, yeah, he's going into the 6th grade. Like, it's insane because they've watched me grow from, you know, a back little room to where I am now. So it's pretty amazing.
Growing up, did you have any interest in art, or was it fashion makeup? And like, where did that come from?
Always art. Always loved art.
What kind of art?
I do watercolor, acrylics, painting, drawing. I've done calligraphy, all kinds. Like when I was in school, like I used to make money. People would pay me like $1 to write their name, or people would give me, 500 invitations to hand write out for them because they liked my penmanship. Like it was, it's just always been something that I've done. So
for someone to go into your industry, I'm assuming it helps to have that artistic background or like interest, right? I could see people not having any experience in art, but they like, makeup or trends or fashion.
Right.
Are they going to have a harder time, or is that if they have the right instruction, they'll be okay?
Yeah, if they have the right instruction. I mean, anyone can do it. I can basically sit with someone and tell you in a matter of days if they're going to make it or not.
Really?
Because it's not only about what you can do, it's about your drive. Anybody can do anything they set their mind to. If they're, I can sit with someone and train them all day long, but if they don't have that drive and they don't have that mentality that they really want to do it, they'll never be successful with it.
Is it the same with the microblading?
Oh yeah, that's a little more artsy than than the
It
lashes
seems like it
are.
would be. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, for me, it's almost like painting when I do that. But I mean, anybody can be trained to do it.
Cool. Hey, Kelsey Villarreal said, true story, I went to high school with Petra and can remember her name drawings. How you draw the names. Kelsey probably has one in her room.
Kelsey, you goofed. You could have had like an artwork done by the amazing Petra.
Petra. That's cool.
I like that is Petra your original name?
Mm-hmm.
So your
That's
parents'
my
named
name.
So what is I've always wondered this. What does Petra mean?
It means a rock, a precious stone. So my name is, I'll say it in Spanish. It's Petra de Jesus, which basically means the rock of Jesus, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
It's really cool. So it's a pretty strong name. I hated it growing up, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to change my name to like Chloe or something, like I totally wanted to. But I do. I love my name. It's super strong. It's pretty cool.
It sounds a lot better than Curt. And I'll tell you this, because Curt means in a rude and an abrupt manner.
Really?
Yeah, it's the worst. Like, Mom, come on. Because if you're being curt with somebody, you're being rude to somebody.
That's true. Yeah. But mine, it was annoying growing up because it was like, what's your name? You go to a restaurant and it's like, what's the name for the table? Petra. Excuse me? I'm like, oh, Petra. Like, it wasn't that hard. And my kids, I named them Simple, Mia and Joey. And my daughter gets annoyed because people were like, Maya. She's like, there's no Y in there. I'm like, tried to make it easy, baby. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's only a few easy names in all of it. And it's like, it goes back to like, there's so many other ways to do it. Like, I'm thinking like, I was like, oh, like Tim. But then everyone's like, oh, it's Timothy, So it's like,
a nickname.
Is there really a name out there that's unique, Or like everyone's like, oh, that's how you spell it every time.
Well,
Joe?
I think Joey, that's my son. Like, everybody's like, his name's Jose. I'm like, no, his name is Joey, like Joey. I can't get any more simple.
Well, does anybody think it's short for like Joseph or something like that?
Yes,
Oh, it's a
people
nickname.
all the time. Joseph, Jose. I'm like, just because he's Mexican, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
Joey. Like, it's okay.
When I tell people my name is Gardy, which Gardy for? Like, what else would it be short for?
They call you Gertie or
Gertie. I get called Gordy.
Gordy a lot.
You're like, were you fat as a kid? Yes, I was, but that's not what it's about, okay? You didn't know that before.
Gordy.
Yeah.
Oh my
Come
People
on.
even mess up Curt. It's like Kirk. Curt.
I like Kirk.
Curtis.
Kirk.
They add a K or a C.
They think mine's like Patricia or something. I'm like, no, it's just Petra. Like,
I keep looking because I don't think I've ever noticed this
Really?
before. You have the petrified eyes.
and lashes, of course.
What?
Yeah.
That's. I feel like if
Totally.
I owned a business, I would have to have a tattoo with the name of the business
Oh,
on
yeah.
it. But what happens when you like refresh the logo and redesign it?
I never will. I love what I have. It's super simple. When I actually went in to make a logo, I had to think about, I was into like the cursive and everything else, but I was like, okay, thinking about big brands, CoverGirl, it's just a C and a G. Mac, M-A-C, like super simple, like big names, super simple logos.
Did you design it yourself?
Yes.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell? So the people who are listening in their car, can you kind of talk about what that logo looks like, and why you chose the way that you did.
It's basically a backwards P with, the E inside of it, just petrified eyes. There's an F in there too, if you can see it. That's why I chose it. Yeah, so it's like a PFE. But yeah, and then I just have it super simple written out. And then I added Lash Studio because this is how it was when it originated. But then everybody, started, lash this, lash that. So when you search it online or look for whatever, if you have lash in your name, then of course it's a little bit better. So I added Lash Studio later with a little bit of cursive.
Throwing in the skills. I like it. Right now it's 9:31. This is KHEA Radio.com, 99.5 FM. We're talking to Petra from Petrified Eyes.
Yeah, how can somebody get in contact with you if they want to learn more about what you do?
I actually have, they can do email, they can do Facebook, they can, text the business phone or call. San Jacinto College and Galveston College, I actually go out pretty much every semester and I talk to the classes. So that's where like Melba's come from and Ashley's come from. I go through and I have my own products, I have my own lashes and I have my own tools. And so I'll take everything out there, I'll do a demo. And then once they get through school, then they either come to me to, learn more skills and do all that. I do a mentoring program through my studio to where they'll come in and work for a couple months, and then they can decide whether they want to stay on a commission base or if they want to kind of branch off on their own.
Cool.
So
that's students from Galveston College?
Galveston or San Jacinto.
Okay.
Is that hard to do? Because for us, I feel like we have our intern Ethan, who
it's calls in sick every day.
It's another Monday that he doesn't show up today. And I feel like he's like out there working for a different radio station by now.
We don't know.
But it's so hard because we don't want to train him up to be better than us.
For me, I feel like some of my students, it is, I was one of those people, my mentor has watched me grow from, it's hard to let him go, but at the same time, it's so nice to know that there's so many people that are in the industry that I've come across or that I've touched or that I've shown how to do this. And it's really amazing to watch how they've grown. So for me, like, I know that there's so many people in the world. There's people who get greedy and are like, oh my gosh, I want, all of this. But for me, it's awesome to watch someone grow. It's exciting for me.
Yeah. Also, how did you build those relationships with those colleges and programs? Because we've reached out and we're still reaching out and we've gotten some contact information, need to have more conversation, but, like with broadcasts and people who are learning, social media or learning video editing or photography or audio production, trying to see like, hey, we have opportunities here where we'd love to train people if this is what they're studying, have interest in. But, for you being successful, like making those relationships with Galveston College and San Jacinto, like how did they approach you?
They did.
See?
They approached me. So it was like students out there, I think, with social media, that type of thing, they were just looking for, someone to target. And they do visit, like they've come to visit the studio, but it's easier if I go in, to their place and kind of their atmosphere and talk to them and do that. But they did. They reached out to me, and then it's just word of mouth. It just travels.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
That is awesome. That is very cool. We're talking to Petra, Petrified Eyes. We do a lot of video stuff, and I know recently we did a giveaway. I think we've done 2 giveaways with you so far.
I think we've done 2 or 3.
Yeah, and we're excited because there's been some people who have been able to win, and that was like a huge thing. I just remember everybody was like, "Let me know when I win." My wife was entering, and I was like, "I don't know if you're allowed to win," because people would say it's rigged. But I was just like, "Yeah, feel free to share." But thankfully, her name didn't come up whenever the software went and picked it. But I think there's probably some. Not that there was ever like a stigma, but people are just, it's still, you've been doing it for 10 years, but I feel like the popularity of it's new and people don't know like what it takes to keep up and then like cost and all that. Right. What would you say to somebody who's like questioning, should I get this done? I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know what it takes.
That's one thing is like, it is maintenance, of course, and it's a luxury. It's not a necessity, and for me, it's, if you're going to come in and you're going to make the investment, just, if you don't come to me, like there's so many artists out there, just make sure that you're actually going to someone who has been trained correctly and who's not just slapping them on for $20 or $30. That's one of the things that I get is, wow, you're a little expensive. One, I've been doing it for, 10 years. I've got all the experience. I'm a lot faster than most people. But, the products and everything that we use, they do cost a lot of money to make sure that they're actually, you're getting the longevity out of it. You know, it's not cheap stuff. There is a lot of cheap stuff on the market, but we do, you know, the most hypoallergenic. We do, you know, the best materials, the best tools, you know, those types of things, and continue in training and, you know, keeping up with the latest trends, and all of that costs, you know, it costs money, and it's important to keep up with all of that because so much changes all the time. But there's so many nail salons or things like that people just go in and they're, oh yeah, I know how to do this, and they just slap them on, and they're ruining, you know, people's lashes for a cheap price. So if, you know, when people come in and they ask, you know, questions or whatever, I'm like, this is what it's going to cost you. This is going to be, you know, a monthly expense, you know, those types of things. And, you know, if you can't afford it, don't do it.
Right.
You know, don't get it done cheap is what I tell them. If you're going to do it, it's an investment. It's not, you know, and I try to tell them everything to how to protect them, how to get the most wear out of them. Because it isn't a cheap service.
Yeah. What can happen if it's not done correctly? What kind of damage can be done?
You can get permanent damage. You know, people have, you know, you can lose vision. You can scratch your eyes. You can lose your eyelashes permanently to where they, you know, damage the hair follicle. Well, they're not going to come back. You know, your lashes won't come back at all. You can, I mean, there's so many. And you only get one set of eyes. You know, that's what I try to explain to people. You can't just go buy new ones.
That's true, yeah.
You only have one set, so yeah, it's scary what's out there, like truly.
Wow.
You've seen a lot of times too. It's not just lashes, beauty supplies in general. You know, my girlfriend Naola works for Sally's, and you know, it's she some of the stories that she tells me about how people can ruin just because they don't know what they're doing. How do you recommend people get involved with things and like make sure that they're doing the right thing and not just reading something on the internet, following Jeffree Star or something and imitating what he's doing?
That's what I do. That's what I usually do.
Yeah. I mean, as far as my recommendation for their research to go
like
to someone or
how does somebody, because you know, with beauty, it's not just about lashes and brows. You know, it's everything in general. What do you recommend for people to kind of help them know what to do? Like, where do you recommend they go, you know, and stuff like that?
Social media is the best, honestly, and word of mouth. Reviews speak for themselves, you know. Reviews are amazing. I look at reviews on everything. They're so, I mean, in every category, not just beauty. I mean, if I shop for anything or if I want to make an investment in something, I mean, the first thing I'm going to do is read reviews, see how everyone else is, you know, responding to it or what kind of experience they're having with it.
Yeah.
So,
you know, why are beauty products so expensive? You know, I walk into like Ulta, you know, with my wife, or there's a place like in Baybrook Mall, you know, you walk in and it's like,
Sephora.
you know, Sephora, that's the place. I can't think of the name. I was like, it has the black and white bag stripe, you know, You walk in and you walk out with a little one. It was like, was there a mistake? Did they just say it was like $270 and you have this little bitty bag? It's about the size of this taco cat and you're just like walking out so excited. I'm like, what happened? What just happened?
But that lasts for anywhere from 6 to 8 months, depending on how they use it. So it's an investment up front, but it's, you know, you divide it by a couple months, and that's how you have to look at it.
Makes sense.
I'm going to say this only because, you know, usually I've been a single person most of my time, right? But
of your 30 years.
Yes.
So far, I know what you're saying, right?
It shocks me, absolutely shocks me how many palettes that women have.
What is a palette, Kurt?
A palette is like, you know, the different shades and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I need this shade today and I need that shade.
Right.
And it's like, if I took
But you're like, hello.
if I took all of Naola's stack of palettes, it would stack up to this top of this microphone stand. And I'm like, why do you need all of that?
It's not just, you know, a necessity. You want all of that.
When I think of a palette, I'm thinking of us playing our background tracks because that's what it's called. Like, if we took all
Did
of
I say it right? It's a palette.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
That's a word.
It's a
Yeah.
palette. Ooh, look at that. He's learning.
Ooh, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. There was the one thing, speaking of beauty, that I really enjoyed the other day. These are cuticles, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Man, I'm learning. Okay, so Naola has this like thing that you can like go in and it like removes the cuticle. It's like a cuticle remover and it like scoops it out.
Keep going.
And I love it. Like I could do that all day, but my cuticles still stink. I feel like I need
What
to
do you
keep
mean?
working.
Like they don't look good?
No, they look terrible.
Don't pick at them.
So I usually like soak them in hot water, and then I go through and I.
You gross me out. I don't know why.
He's got clean nails now. It's okay.
There still needs to be some work, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
So right now we're talking to Petra with Petrified Eyes, located in Toucan Alley in KHEA, Texas. We're talking about everything that has to do with lashes, everything that has to do with brows and microblading, and also everything that has to do with beauty here recently.
So why would you recommend somebody? Why would you recommend somebody either choose you or to do their lashes or do their eyebrows? Like what are you talking them through if I was walking in for a consultation?
Like I said earlier, most of my clients come to me because they want a natural look. So I get a lot of I don't get a lot of the teenagers or a lot of, the early 20s, like that type of thing. I get a lot of the moms or a lot of the, some of the older women that just, they want something that, enhances their face and their eyes, but they don't want to look crazy dramatic. So a lot of women that come in, they're like, I want to do it, but I just don't want them to look like caterpillars on my eyes, or I don't want them to look like, and that's when I ask, have you seen my work? Have you, and oh yes, so-and-so recommended me, whichever it is. But I mean, everyone, it is art, so everyone has a different style. Everyone has a different style. We use different materials, and there's so many different looks that you can create with it. So, for me, recommending myself or someone else, go through and look at their pictures, ask for before and afters, like do, whatever, fits you, because there are so many choices.
Your eyes, your face, that's one of the first things people notice. That's one of the first things people look at. I'm not sure like what statistics and studies show, but like, if I'm talking to Curt.
Don't
and
talk
I'm
to me about
I'm looking
those.
at him, he looks away. I don't there he is. But like
sorry.
I look at his eyes, I see his face, and I look at Petra, I talk to you.
This is what I get. So this is an older woman, and she doesn't have a lot of natural hair, and she wants just a little enhancement. So, I give her something like, if you swipe to the next picture, you can see someone who has blonde lashes, and she wants something that just enhances her just a little bit more.
Dang, that's a big difference.
Yeah,
though.
it's a huge difference.
What is
changer.
that? What is that? Is that in the eye? Like the ring? Oh, that's the light. That's the light, isn't it?
Like a ring light.
Yeah. The bright lights when you come in with your cameras, you're like, oh, wow, I need to turn mine off. Yeah, those are it. So,
I guess people, whenever they see that big of a change in themselves, what is their general reaction?
They're just like, oh, wow. See, this is one of my favorite. I just did hers the other day, and this one's on my page. This is one that I've put on there, but it's pretty amazing to see. She comes in and she's like, I feel tired. I feel, my eyes just don't, have life. And then they come in and it's like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty amazing to me. Like, I love it. They wake up and their reaction is like,
they're good to go.
Are they concerned when they have that the petrified eye like now ingrained inside of their eyeballs?
They love it.
Because I've seen those pictures. It's kind of concerning.
With the logo on there. And that's important because people will probably try and take, your work if it looks good and there's, that photo, they'll be like, oh yeah, this is an example of what I can do.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's why I put mine everywhere. My kids, like, that's one of the things that, they're always looking at my stuff online. They're like, Mom, we've seen your reviews and we've done this and that. And my son will go through and he's like, it's like, those highlights. The little magazines that they used to have where you'd go in and find the hidden pictures.
Highlights for kids. I used to do that,
yeah. So my son will go in. He's like, oh, look, I found it. Like, because I hide them sometimes, you know? And he asked me a while back, he's like, why do you do that? I'm like, so nobody takes my work.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
We're okay with people taking our work. We just want our stuff out there. And then we can
you
if
just
they
want
steal
it out there.
If they steal it, then we can look back and be like, hey, that was us. That was us.
Remember that time we had our work stolen?
Oh my goodness.
No.
So, one of the things that I wanted to come in and talk about today, which is probably a little upsetting, and I know, my landlord was like, I'm moving.
You are? What? Where?
Wait, we've been bragging about you being at KHEA.
Yeah, exactly. So now y'all will have your little satellite. He's going to have to rent out the space.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna move to League City.
Can we get breaking news? I feel like
we'll do a breaking news ballot.
This is oh.
I have only one of my girls at the studio knows. Like it's everything's being like confirmed today, and it's gonna happen pretty fast.
It's breaking news here on KHEA Radio.
Breaking news. Yeah.
Are you moving to be closer to Abby?
No, actually, I'm moving closer to I'll be closer to my kids, closer to where I grew up, everything. Like I'll be right in the heart of League City.
Are people excited?
Every client that I've told is like, oh my gosh, you're going to be so much closer to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
So how can we get a hint as to what the location is?
I'll tell you exactly where it's going to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I'm going to have to play the breaking news ballot one more time.
One more time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where
I'll
is it?
actually be. I don't know the address by heart yet, but it's right off of East Main Street, League City, like old League City.
So,
like the
near-
historic League City.
Near Butler's Courtyard and
Yeah, a little
Dr.
further.
Choppa.
Actually, where Shipley's Donuts is, that's
Yeah.
the landmark of League City. So like right across the street from there.
Wow.
So that's where I'll be.
So it's on the north side, like the same side Butler's Courtyard is, the opposite
Right.
of Dr. Choppa,
Right. Yeah.
before the cantina and all that.
Mhm.
Please don't
Before all of that.
Please don't be changed by Dr. Choppa.
He changes people.
He changes.
Does he?
There's a detox going on right now.
Yeah, he has a way with making people do things like not eat cheese. So just be concerned.
Yeah, I think I'll stay away from Dr. Choppa.
no, we love Dr. Choppa. He comes on every morning, or every Tuesday morning at 8:30.
Except for tomorrow because he's out of town.
But we're still gonna have a segment for it.
Bringing in two of his colleagues.
Yes,
I'm going to grill them. They do not know what they're in for.
We're gonna get. I
Play
have some
softball.
pictures of some of his employees and some of his staff over there going to McDonald's,
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. So
Wow.
they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. So the new location. Are you gonna have to like redesign the building and everything? Like,
I'm actually going to be like in a little shopping strip, but I will have to go in and build out like I did this place, where when I started in there, I was like,
Yeah.
I completely redid everything in there. So I'll do the same thing here. It'll still be, still be my touch on it. But yeah, I'm super excited. Like I hate moving, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I'm
How much
excited.
space is the new building?
It'll still. I think I'll have 5 rooms.
Okay,
So
so-
I have 6 right now. I think I'll have 5.
Is it going to look just like the location you have now?
Probably inside, yes.
Okay.
Just because it's like I don't know. I love
It's
it.
a good layout.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love the fact that she's in League City.
I've grown up in League City. I mean, literally, I could walk to the house I grew up in from my studio. Like that's where I grew up.
The biggest reason is KHEA's so hard to get to for me.
It is now. I mean, in the construction, like don't get me wrong. That's my home. Like I love it there. Like everyone knows that Petra's in KHEA, but the construction has been so bad.
Yeah.
My clients are like, especially the ones that come in the evening, are struggling like horribly. And the construction just started.
It's 25 minutes to get to KHEA from where I'm at because I have to go into Texas City. I wish there was a direct path. Like I could just take like a diagonal.
Like the NASA bypass? Yeah, we need a KHEA bypass, that'll just take you straight over.
Yeah.
Because NASA used to be the same way until they put that bypass in, and now it's like it makes it easier. But yeah, KHEA's pretty.
So hopefully after the construction, they'll have it all easier access. The cool thing about KHEA and a lot of those places is that they are like destination, like with the escape. If you're trying to have a good time, or like even the coffee and some stuff that you just need. So like a service where you come in, scheduled, it makes sense for you to be more centrally located where people can get to you from all sides instead of just from heading east.
Yeah.
So I like that. That's a good move.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we have about 8 minutes left before 10 o'clock, and we're talking to Petra from Petrified Eyes. We had some breaking news. She's going to be moving, and hopefully it looks exactly the same. That was always one of the jokes like me and my friend made. Like I used to live in Nashville. We were musicians, and for a while we were sharing her room, and we always joked that, one day if we ever made it successful, and it'd be funny to rebuild that exact same room, and I don't know, just funny, but that would be cool to have it look exactly the same or pretty similar. So it's like, am I in KHEA? Like, what's going on?
Right.
Like, even so, if you built out like an ice cream, another cool cow,
Right.
like all in the same room, exactly the same.
Yeah, is all of your current technicians going with you. Oh man,
Well,
look
only
at that.
one of them knows right now.
Which
so
one knows?
now everybody, whoever's listening this morning, everybody knows now. Because I literally like everything. You know, my lease is up at the end of the month.
Wow.
You know, and I've been kind of shopping around, not knowing what I'm gonna do. But Friday, you know, I've kind of today I'll have everything definitive, like when I'm gonna move, all of that, and it's
You're crying, Kurt.
I know. Are you?
As landlords of KHEA Plaza, we're really going to miss you. I mean, we can lower your rent if it really makes, a big difference. But no, we're super excited that you're going to go off and do beautiful things.
Wow.
Yeah, I am excited. Like, I'm going to miss the location because it's beautiful there. I mean, it truly is, with the courtyard and all that. Like, I won't have any of that. But, I mean, literally the women are coming in. It's still going to be relaxing inside, but they come in and they lay down, get their lashes done, and go. So if it's an easier location, something that, in and out, like, I'd rather them have that,
Yeah.
It's a better move right now.
What does that location need? Like, what would be a good potential new business?
He wants, the landlord has always wanted, and he's pushed me for so long. He's like, we need nails, we need hair, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that stuff.
Right.
Like, I pay somebody to do it. Like, I don't know how to do that. He wants something like that. He wants some kind of hair salon or nail salon or whatever in there, which I think would be a good touch because KHEA doesn't have that down there.
Yeah.
They really don't. I think it would be successful there. And I mean, the location, like the way that it's set up, it would work out well,
Awesome.
for somebody looking. So,
Well, that's a spot that's opening up. If you wanted to be in Toucan Alley on that first floor right by the Art of Coffee, now's your chance.
I think we need to, maybe that's where our second radio station could go.
No.
No?
he said no.
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 It's going to be here.
Because that would be a fun studio. Like, you could have.
Yeah, but you have no reception out there either. Do you remember that?
That
Yes.
is
Like
true.
you go out there and it's like all shoddy. Like, okay, we got like half the show.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. You'll be able to listen now more in that area.
Yeah, so y'all still have to come see me in Lake City.
We will.
It'll
Yeah.
be easier.
It'll be easier. I'm going to probably come and get my eyelashes done.
All
I
right.
feel like.
Oh, okay. So they just came out with a completely it's all a men's line. Like
What?
You know
I'm
what? And
not
it's about
joking.
time. I'm
Yeah.
sick of this. This
That's right.
this man shaming that's been going on in the
Totally
beauty
not
industry.
kidding.
The tide is changing now. Let's do this.
I am not kidding. I was like, wow. It's been. I mean,
So what's the difference between the men's line and
their
and-
lashes are a lot shorter and straighter. Look, I'm gonna show you right now. It's man lashes. Look, it's the newest obsession. Like, I'm not joking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you offer those?
What? Not yet, but I can. I can.
Can I be the first that debuts
Kurt,
it?
if you looked like this guy, if you had this guy's lashes, life for you would
And
be
his
a lot
hair,
different.
and everything.
His face. If you were a
Just
model.
everything.
I don't know if the world's ready for Kurt to have that kind of eyelashes. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those look good.
I want to see the before though.
Oh yeah.
I want to see him before, because he could have just been blessed with those. We don't know.
Yeah, but it's pretty wild. I was like, oh wow. Okay.
Before Kurt.
Yeah, so they're a little straighter. They're not so, not so curly, but
Cool.
I mean, yeah, that's how much the industry is,
It's changing,
It's
huh?
changing, yes.
Well, Petra, is there anything else you'd like to share while you are here today, right now?
No, I think that's pretty much it. That was my big announcement today.
I love it.
When I move, y'all have to come see me, and we'll do another giveaway,
will.
for our little grand opening or whatever. So
Yeah, invite us to everything. Literally, grand opening, anything you got going on, let us know.
I will.
Make sure if you have an event for the grand opening that you make us a co-host as well.
Okay,
So
we'll
if
do
you're
that.
if you're a business owner or you're a nonprofit organization and you have an event, then make sure that you add us as a co-host, because then we're able to find out what's going on in the community. We're able to share it out on our brand new app. That's KHEA Radio. Just search in the Google Play Store and the App Store for KHEA Radio. Download it. We do coupons in there all the time. We're trying to rebrand that so it's not a coupon, but you'll be able to get things like 20% off from the Texas Pit Stop Barbecue. You'll be able to get buy one get one free at Cupcake Cache in League City. So if you want to go and download that app, be blessed with that, and you can listen to us 24/7 in it as well.
Yep, search KHEA or KHEA Radio on the App Store, Google Play Store.
Petra, how can somebody finally, for the last time, kind of, get in contact with you? Website, social media, phone number, all of that.
Facebook or Instagram is Petrified Eyes. That's the name on there, petrifiedeyes.com. You can buy lash products. You can schedule appointments. You can do anything like that. Our number is 281-658-3532. You can call or text anytime. I get some at midnight sometimes, like, forgot to book. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I mean, you can reach us anytime. So.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you for joining us today. Coming up next, we have Bethel and Over My Head. And when we come back, we're going to have Mayor Bobby Hocking in studio talking about everything Lamarck, Texas. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Kickstart's going to be on till 11. We do this every weekday, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 11, right here on 99.5 FM, KHEARadio.com, or on the KHEA Radio app. Go download it right now.
Good ramp.
All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Shout out to
Sorry
the
to
pit
burst
stop,
y'all's
which you been
bubble.
earlier.
No, actually, I'm really excited. Well, we'll have to update, the spot that plays on the FM. We'll have to say, like, no longer in KHEA Alley.
KHEA Alley. I just told my landlord last week. He was like, what?
You're moving?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to move. And he's like, yeah, you're joking, right? He's like, why don't you just take half the space? I was like, because it's not enough.
Yeah.
He's like, Petra.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. I love him, but, man, that construction is just...
Hey, good morning, Alan Hutchins. Shout out to A&A Machining Fabrication. We love Alan Hutchins and everything that they do in the community. A&A is awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much, Petra.
Thank you, Petra.
All right, thank you, guys.
See ya.
I'll see you soon. Bye. I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We got Mayor Hocking walking in to the studios. We're going to be talking about everything Lamarck, Texas. We just dropped a video at 9 o'clock called This is Lamarck. Good morning, Mayor.
How you doing?
We are doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Good to hear. We're live on Facebook, and after this song is over, we'll kick it over back on. You can use these ones right here. Those are good for you. Yes, sir. And then we'll kick it back on the FM as well. So what's going on in the city of Lamarck? There's always a lot going on.
Oh man, it's happening.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
a lot of good stuff
there's a city council meeting tonight,
tonight, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. You know what usually goes on in those council meetings? I'm planning to be there. This will be my first time to attend.
Okay.
How does that usually run?
Well, we have an agenda. We start, of course, with our invocation and then our pledges. We have an agenda that we go through and vote on various things. We let citizens speak, limited to 3 minutes, and whatever's on their heart, they're able to share with the council. We can't respond to them by law, but we listen to them and then give the city manager direction.
I only have 3 minutes. This is going to be tough.
Is he
Yes, and I actually have a red light. I have it's
Yeah.
green, and then 30 seconds left, it's orange, and then when it turns red, your 3 minutes are over, and it buzzes.
But that's more of a recommendation to stop talking, right?
I might grant you an additional moment.
Yes.
So Curt lives in Texas City. Is he allowed to talk, or is it specifically people that live in Lamarck or have the...
Anyone can speak,
Okay.
but it's normally Lamarck citizens.
Makes sense. Yeah. You know, what's on the agenda for tonight? Do you know any of the topics that are on there?
Sure, I've gone over it. We have a couple of ordinances. We have a developer that's asking to develop a piece of property, asking for assistance. We have proclamations this evening. It's probably about an hour's worth of agenda, and then we're really excited about our new city manager, Tink Jackson. We're doing a reception for him after the meeting. So
Awesome.
We actually met him. He's an avid fisher.
Yeah, he's a fisherman.
That's awesome. And he's brand new. He just started about a month ago. Can you talk a little bit about, how cool that is to come in? I guess we have 30 seconds. But can you briefly talk about how cool that is to bring somebody in like Tink?
Well, we did a search, and we had about 12 people apply. we narrowed that down to 5, then 3, then 2, and he ended up at the top of the list. And he has a great background in management, in municipal government, and just a well-rounded person. Plus, he's highly educated. He has a master's in public administration, which is very important. And he's just a very straightforward, intelligent human being, and you need that to run a city.
Being straightforward, I feel like that's very, very important.
It is. It's extremely important. You can't really beat around the bush when it comes to handling other people's money. Similar to a church, actually. When I pastored a church, you have to take that very seriously, being a good steward.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think he's going to be great for Lamarck.
All right.
Before we go any further, though, I'd like to give, on behalf of the city of Lamarck, our heartfelt condolences to the Reed family, who lost their, of course, husband and father and great friend. Also, she was chief of police in KHEA and also on the Clear Creek School Board. So on behalf of our city, we want to let the Reed family and all the friends and family know that we're praying.
And you guys lowered the flags to half staff.
Yes, I ordered that done on yesterday.
Yes. Wow. So we have a couple minutes left, and then we will go on the FM as well. You know, there's a lot going on in the city of Lamarck. We're excited to be in the city of Lamarck. You know, KHEA is inside the campus of Abundant Life Christian Center, and we're proud to be from Lamarck. You know, I grew up in Lamarck. Most of I moved here when I was about 10 years old or so, and so my parents still live here. We actually filmed some of the video that we did, like, hey, we need a backyard. Dad, can you mow the yard? We need something. You know, I was knocking on my sister's door. Is anybody in here? We need to try and get some stuff done. But it was cool. It was a lot of fun to make that video.
Yeah,
I actually think I knew you when you were 10.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
because you were here at the church.
Well, I've been coming to the church singing gospel music and preaching since 1993.
Because you're originally from here, right? From Lamarck?
Yes, yeah. Born and raised in Lamarck. Well, I was born in Texas City and got to Lamarck as soon as I could, about 3 days later. That's what they tell me. And we lived over on Oak Street, and then I actually grew up on Laurel. And just love my city. It's my passion. People ask me why I do what I do for $50 a month. And I tell them, you know, I rode my bike here. I want to see Lamarck prosper, which it is. We're the second fastest growing city in Galveston County and the number 1 place for real estate purchase. So
Wow.
We're moving and shaking.
That's awesome. So, okay, now we got a minute. Hopefully we'll make this one. We'll make
That was
this
my
one.
fault. I won't ask any deep questions in the last. It's my fault.
I was like,
last
Kurt, we got 30 seconds.
I'm
And he's
sorry.
like,
I was like, how do I change it?
Here we go.
Softball.
Yeah.
Softball it.
So there's a lot going on. That city council meeting is tonight. Then, you know, it's Tink Jackson, the new city manager in Lamarck. We had the opportunity to meet him. We actually went and filmed at Highland Bayou Park, which there's a ton of stuff that happens at that park. And Lamarck, if you don't know already, now you know, Lamarck is coastal living. Whether you are boating, taking your family to the
Yeah,
park,
right.
or catching the sunrise over Galveston Bay. There's a lot of stuff you can do here that people don't realize.
Listen, it's like easy breezy coastal living over here.
Yeah, it is. Together, we are. By the way, you guys did an excellent job
Thank you.
on the video.
And
I mean,
dropped.
it's awesome.
It dropped this morning, so we got 8 seconds.
Here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It is 10:05 Monday morning, and we're excited to be broadcasting from beautiful Lamarck, Texas, right here. KHEA Radio is located in the campus of Abundant Life. If you're not familiar with Abundant Life, then you just take exit 13 right off of I-45. You know, I-45 is getting a facelift, and I think it's needed, but it's going to, whenever it's all said and done, the access, everything that is going to be taking place here is going to be huge. Like, we have Mayor Hawking in studio. Mayor, can you give us Like, what is going on in Lamarck, Texas right now?
Well, everything's going on in Lamarck. We're prospering. We're growing. I'm just very encouraged by all of the new homes coming in and the growth that's happening, even in our commercial sector. And it's just we're booming right now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You mentioned a statistic earlier. You said in Galveston County that there's a lot of growth happening. What are the statistics?
Well, League City, of course, is the fastest growing city, well over 100,000 people. But Lamarck was rated number 2
Wow.
out of the 13 cities in Galveston County, as well as the 6-county Greater Houston Metro. We happen to be the second fastest growing city, so we're excited about that, and all the real estate developers should be excited as well. Mm-hmm. We're kind of like the last spot that has undeveloped land, and so we've only had to wait 67 years for the boom to hit. So
It's happened at the right time, though.
I started waiting and praying at 3 years old. So we're excited about it.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many. It's insane. We were shooting this video and we're like, hey, we need some construction stuff, right? And we're like, we can't find construction stuff in Lamarck. Yeah, I think I said that as we were driving.
And I slapped him.
We go to Delaney Cove and they're like starting a new house and there's like 8 new houses being built. It's like everywhere you go, there's something new happening in the city. So growth is coming. I mean, you got to be excited as the mayor.
Oh, absolutely. It's I will this year, this week, in fact, renew my Texas broker's license, real estate license, for year number 40.
Wow.
So I love the hunt. I mean, I love the growth, excuse me, and seeing all of the people move in. We have right down the street on Delaney, KB Homes is building 200 and something plus homes. Delaney Cove's getting ready to launch another 300. Then on the corner down here, there's 82 acres, and those guys are talking about 250 homes. So we're really in a growth period, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I've lived in this area most of my life, and a lot of those years were in Lamarck. But whenever we were, on the hunt for certain things, like, well, we need to find this, we need to find that. There's almost everything here. There's a lot of it that I didn't honestly realize was Lamarck. And I feel like there's a lot of re-education that needs to take place as far as what's available here. Part of that is, Carbide Park. People are like, oh, that's Hitchcock. No, it's not. That is Lamarck, and then there's the Master Gardeners program there.
Sure.
We talked to, I believe it was the doctor who's head of that. Is it Dr. Johnson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, and it was so much fun. But, people don't realize that stuff is here.
I had no idea that park existed, and I was talking to Naola kind of about it because it's gardening. You can go and volunteer and be a part of that. And that's happening here in Lamarck.
Sure. I love that garden. I drive by there probably once or twice a week and check on their tomatoes and kind of compare them with our garden at home and where we're at. And it's really, really cool. And plus, that's just a good place to go out and meditate, pray, whatever you choose, because it's never packed. And it's just a wide open space. It's very beautiful. And my goal is to make Highland Bio and Mahan and other parks mirror Carbide Park, because the county really did a great job with that park.
Yeah. If somebody's a business owner, or they're looking to start a business, and they're trying to find the right location, where's growth happening? There's a lot of stuff that goes into picking a spot. Is Lamarck a good location for them?
What do you expect me to say?
And I need the reasons why.
Yeah.
That was a softball talk.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the right place. We have large acreage tracts available on I-45. The other cities north of us are basically filled up now, so to speak. And so, the price of land is reasonable here, where you can pay $6 or $7 a square foot for highway frontage, and you're going to pay $20, $25 just 10 miles north. And so it's wide open for development, and we're very excited.
Yeah. What does Lamarck need that we don't have now?
We need a grocery store. We need a Kroger, HEB, Aldi, any of the above. we did a survey back probably about 2.5, 3 years ago with the citizens' participation, and number one on their wish list was a grocery store.
Wow.
Mayor, I was trying yesterday. I tried to get something here in Lamarck. I was going to franchise Taco John's. We need a taco shop as well in Lamarck. But they replied back and said, we're not looking for franchise opportunities in the state of Texas. And
Did
I
you
was
really
like,
you really emailed them?
I did. I put my name down. They said you have to have like a net worth of like $1 million. And I'm like, God,
Close.
I'm close.
Yeah.
I got to be there. But they replied back and said, yeah, we're not looking for franchise opportunities.
Because they know there's real tacos here, Kurt.
Taco John's would be amazing.
I don't know.
I miss
You're
this
like
so much.
997,000 away, but you need to get your air conditioning fixed. So that's like probably $3,000. So basically, you're broke.
Oh, man.
In the negative a little bit.
In the negative.
It counts student loans. Yeah, we'll just change the subject. We'll change the subject right now.
I heard a joke once that this realtor closed this great big deal and sat down at the table Thursday night, and he and his wife wrote out all their bills, and when they woke up on Friday, they were only $10,000 overdrawn. So feast or famine.
Feast or famine. Hey, speaking of feast or famine, I just want to give a shout out to A&A Machine and Fabrication, which is located in Lamarck, Texas. Alan Hutchins DoorDashed tacos to the studio
That's
this morning.
awesome.
We're
So,
feasting today.
Alan is a great guy, and that's
Yes.
a great company.
A&A, they've been here for a long time. We did a Shine on Lamarck, and that there's been a lot of awesome businesses that we've met. Alan has to be one of the best people in Lamarck that we've had the opportunity to meet as well. He's a great guy.
He is, and he is a community supporter, and always involved in helping youth and the schools and church. He's a great guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they employ a ton of people there, and it's really cool. Whenever we were coming up with the video concept for This Is Lamarck, you know, him being a part of Lamarck for as long as they have was a huge part of our idea process, because they provide products all across the world that only a couple people can do. Like there's like
Right.
3 places in the world that can produce what they do right here in Lamarck, and people don't know. Like you don't realize that, but Lamarck is like made in Lamarck, stamped made in Texas, the USA,
Right.
making big moves across the world.
Well, we're the best kept secret in Galveston County, but thanks to you guys and thanks to Colleen Merritt, our PR person at the city, we're getting ready to hit the map big time. So we're very excited.
Mayor, is there one thing that you want to see? I mean, there's a lot that's happening already. You know, what do you want to see in the next 3, 4, 5 years for the city of Lamarck?
Well, I have 2 years remaining in my current term, and I would like to see the undeveloped acreage developed. I'd like to see our downtown revitalization program move forward, and we're very excited also about where we have a deal with the county where they passed a bond issue, and so we're going to do $4 million in new streets and new paving, and so there's always something. Every day provides another challenge and an opportunity for another triumph. So we're excited about just everything that's happening. It's awesome. It's so much fun for me to be the mayor and have a part in that since I grew up here. My high school buddy said, we really don't have a problem with you being the mayor. It's the pastor part that's got us stumped. So, yeah, God has a great sense of humor.
Do some people have an issue with that, with you being a preacher and a pastor?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Just my buddies like to razz me, that's all.
That's what they're there for, right?
Yeah.
You know, do you plan to run again after this next 2 years?
All things being equal, I don't know what tomorrow holds. I do know who holds tomorrow. And so if my health stays good like it is now and there's still a need and I don't feel like I'm finished doing what I set out to do, yes, I will run again.
Okay.
I'm not going to announce that today because I don't want everybody to,
I was about to play the breaking news palette.
Yeah, come
Not
at
quite.
me. But I have 2 years left now, and then in 21 I'll run again, and give me an additional 3 years, and I think we can get a lot done in 5 years.
Wow.
Now, next month, I will turn the page and become the longest serving mayor in the history of my hometown, and that's kind of cool.
How long have you been serving now?
I'll go into my 9th year next
Wow.
month. Yeah.
How has the city changed in these past 9 years that you've been the mayor of Lamarck?
Oh, well, it's made all the difference in the world. I'm totally kidding out there. So. I think anyone who is passionate about what they do will see change. And we've seen a lot of change since I was elected, and we continue to promote and foster that change going forward. And it's just a fun time right now to be the mayor of Lamarck. And as folks can see on the video, we are a great smorgasbord of humanity in Lamarck. And it's about the people, and that's one thing that I think you guys really captured in the video is the people, because they are the pulse of our city. And we are so diverse and so wonderful. Lamarck back in the day and even today was known for great football.
Back to back to back.
I caught that, and I caught my friend Coach Walker on the video as well. It's just there's a lot of opportunity here, and we need more people to be able to share, like we did in the video, of what Lamarck is all about. Because there's unseen places like Omega Bay. People didn't know Omega Bay was in Lamarck, where you can have your boat right there by your back deck and jump in it and go fishing in the bay or go out in the Gulf, whatever.
Get your finger sawed off by a drone.
Hey, it's in the itchy stage. You know how whenever you get hit with something and it's a cut and then it starts to heal back, so yeah, it's itchy.
At the end of the day, though, Gardy, when you saw the video, like, it was well worth it, right?
All worth it, even if I lost this one. If I lost this finger, then I'll never forget. I'm never forgetting the video anyways in the process, but yeah, I would really never forget it.
Yeah, it'd be like Pastor Mark Hankins.
Yeah, exactly. Missing your thumb, right? I think he's missing a thumb.
He's missing a thumb.
That's funny.
He's awesome, though.
It happens.
He's got a lot of thumb jokes, actually.
The one thing that I didn't realize about when we started doing the video, I knew about the state champs, right? And so I thought it was just back to back, and so in the original script, that's what we had, back to back. And someone of this is like, no, it was back to back to back. And my mind was blown. Yeah. Right. So then we show up to interview Larry Walker. And Larry Walker was like, actually, we went to state like 6 years in a row. Yeah. We lost the first 3. We won the next 3. And I was just like,
I think it was it was something like that. But it was like 2, 1, 3, and then they went to some more. But I'm not sure.
Lamarck actually has been runner-up 5 times and state champs 5 times.
Wow.
We've been to 10.
That's like, it blows me away to think about that because, I'm a sports guy. When I think of high school football, there's one place I think of, and that's the state of Texas. And to be able to do that 10 times, it's a big state, and football means a lot. And so that's not a small feat to do what the city of Lamarck has done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm proud to say that I have never missed a city council meeting in my tenure, and I've never missed a Lamarck playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge fan. I may not be number 1, but I'm in the top 10, that's for sure.
Speaking of the football games, one of the things is homecoming. And there's something that you told me that kind of really like blew my mind a little bit. The homecoming king and queen in the courts. You were talking about they get to choose a scripture or not a scripture, a saying every year. And there was one thing that all of those candidates had that just kind of like blew me away when you said that. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that?
Every year at homecoming, of course, at halftime they have the king and queen selection, and they have the court, and the announcer always quotes this person's favorite quote, and every year, every one is a scripture. So it just tells me that people's whatever their faith, their hearts are right, and their upbringing was good, and they're sharing a scripture in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people. And I just think seeing that every year is awesome. It's encouraging to me that our youth who are our future have their heads in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge culture of religion in the city of Lamarck. You know, you got Abundant Life Christian Center. I mean, that stands out as a true testament. 34 years. You have a church, McKinney, I believe, is
McKinney Methodist is turning 100.
That's amazing. 100 years, right in Lamarck.
So
I tell Pastor all the time, as somebody who has birthed and turned over 3 of the smallest churches in the world, I'm impressed by anyone who can last 100 years and prosper. Of course, Abundant Life's been here 34 years, and there are other great churches in Lamarck and surrounding areas that have been here a long, long time. And it's a testament to the people, actually.
Yeah. Wow. So right now it's 10:21. We're talking to Mayor Bobby Hocking. He is the mayor of the city of Lamarck, from Lamarck, in Lamarck. He is Lamarck. You know, we all are. And let's say somebody's listening on the radio. They're watching on Facebook. They are a citizen of the surrounding area. They want to get involved, but they don't know how. What's a great way for people to get involved on that local level?
A great way to get involved is to come to City Hall and get an application to serve on a board or commission and have that on file, because each year certain people that are either reappointed or new people are appointed. And that's just a wonderful way to stay connected and serve your fellow citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of opportunities. We have Parks Board, Cemetery Board, Planning and Zoning, Board of Adjustment, and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity.
All right.
Awesome. Mayor, is there anything else that you would like to kind of talk about the city of Lamarck that we really haven't touched on to this point yet?
I want to talk about BioFest. BioFest is a wonderful event that we do the third Saturday of October. It's, I believe, the 19th this year. And we have a group out of Austin called Shiny Ribs, they're a funk band, and they're awesome. And then we have Kevin Fowler coming back in the number 2 slot, and then the Eli Young Band headlining, and they just happen to have the number 1 top 40 country hit in the world.
That's
right
awesome.
Now. Yeah. And
Eli Young Band,
They're big. That's big.
How did you guys secure something like that?
Money. We of course, BioFest is a free event. It's free entry. It's free parking, and we solicit donations. Of course, Waste Management, our refuge company, gives us $50,000 a year for that, plus $25,000 for youth activities. Excuse me, and of course, we fund part of it with sales tax. Hotel motel tax. So this event costs the citizens nothing, no taxpayer money, and we're able to provide it free entertainment. We have the largest fireworks show in the fall, because it's the only fireworks show in the fall. And we just enjoy that event so much. We have fishing tournaments for the kids, barbecue cook-off, over 110 teams last year. When I was elected, they had no music and 12 cook-off teams. And I said, man, we're missing an opportunity, because people love live music. I know I do, because, I used to be up on the stage. And and we want to also diversify that. I would love to have Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wow.
But I don't have $500,000. But one day I might.
Kurt, pay it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do you take debit or credit cards? Like, can I put it on multiple credit cards? Like, spread it out over a few?
Well, since you tried to buy me lunch with the Diamond Shamrock credit card, and they're not even around anymore, I'd say probably no.
Oh, man.
So BioFest is coming up in October. Make your plans. It's free. Shout out to all the sponsors that help make that possible. Here's a question, and they want to know, what's the latest on the expansion of the freeway in Lamarck?
That's going to begin in August. They're redoing 2 overpasses. I believe it's Vaucher and Delaney, actually. And so they're going to divert folks to the feeder road for a while. So it's going to be a process. However, when it's done, it's going to be awesome. And really a promoter of growth, just the highway itself. So it's going to be some struggle for a while. It's going to be inconvenient for probably 3 to 5 years. But then when it's done, it's going to be just a brand new highway all the way to the causeway. It's going to be neat.
And one of the things that's really going to be cool about that new expansion as well is going to be all those signage that you guys are going to be putting out with the new logo.
Yeah, we're actually doing 1.2 or so million in trademarking and marking the overpasses. You know, if you drive through Texas, you go through some cities, and the overpasses are beautiful and they're stamped and they have the Star of Texas and all that. Well, we're going to do that using the Lamarck. We call it the environmental logo. It's a little bit different than the one on my shirt here, but really cool. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, on your shirt, it says City of Lamarck, Gateway to the Gulf. Can you really expand, like, I guess where that process came with creating that term, and what does it exactly mean if someone's not familiar?
Sure. Well, we're actually the last incorporated larger city before you go over the causeway into Galveston, so therefore we are the gateway to the Gulf. And that came up about 6 years ago or so, and we formed a committee of adults and young people and children, and they came up with the idea for Gateway to the Gulf and the logo. And then Tom at the library is also a graphic artist.
Cool.
And he put all the, the bird, the trees and stuff on it. But we get a lot of compliments on it, actually.
And you can, we have footage of probably those exact birds. And as I look at the layout and the design, it's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So right now,
we're proud of it.
It's 10:27. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. We have Mayor Bobby Hocking. I'm not sure how much more time you have, but I don't think it's too much.
I have about 3 minutes.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to share, during this time?
Well, I just want to say to the people of Lamarck how much I love them, how much I care about them. I know we have needs. Our infrastructure is aging. The mayor I'm friends with the mayor that was here 40 years ago, and our joke is, well, when you were mayor, the infrastructure was only 30 years old. Now I'm mayor, and it's 70 years old. So we're having to replace a lot of that. It takes time. It takes money. I know it's hard to be patient. People want things working properly and want the folks to know that we're constantly working on that. We know about it. It's at the front of our minds and our thought process all the time. And so that and growth, and you grow to bring more people, more money to do more things for the people. Government is of, by, and for the people, and I try to live by that rule, and I do a lot of praying as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mayor Hocking, for joining us. I know
Thank
you're
you.
busy, and we'll see you later, I believe today.
Wonderful. 6 o'clock.
6
Yes,
o'clock tonight.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break on the FM. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Kickstart, we're going to be on till 11. Coming up next is Elevation.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Yeah, man. Always a pleasure.
Oh, Alan. It's not famine. It's definitely
Do you
feast
want a
this
taco,
morning.
Mayor Hocking?
I'm good, brother.
We got an extra one in here.
Ate before I came. Enjoy.
Can just smell. Did you see? You didn't
Where are
see
they from?
I think he gets them from Bronco Burrito. I don't know where he gets these from. Alan, if you're watching, where do you get these burritos from? I think they're tacos.
Guys, have a great one.
Thank you so much, Mayor Hocking. We'll see you tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, folks. Let us know. What do you think of everything going on in Lamarck? Are you excited for the expansion? Are you excited for everything that's going to be taking place? I'm excited for when everything is finished. So it's going to take a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit of growing pains. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be awesome. And to be a part of it as it's happening is going to mean a little bit more as well.
One of the things that I'm just looking at over here is we dropped a video this morning about the city of Lamarck, and it was really kind of cool and interesting to kind of see the responses so far. There's a bunch of different ones. People saying, man, I didn't know this about Lamarck. I didn't know that there was an awesome boat community. I didn't know that there was an awesome fishing or lifestyle that takes place in the city of Lamarck. And I think for me, as somebody who I live in the area. I live in Texas City. I live kind of near Lamarck. I've been to Lamarck. We go down to Benito's and eat all the time. But I've never really knew about like places like Omega Bay. I didn't know about, some of the Highland Bayou Park, the fishing that goes on. I didn't know about Saltgrass and the new fire stations. And I drive by there all the time. It's literally like a Kurt's throw away. And I can't. It's so cool to see all the things that I've learned about the city through this video.
So maybe my favorite part of the video, and it's hard to pick one, was the shot of Leo's, because I spent so much of my childhood like walking to Leo's in the summer, playing summer league basketball, at the school, at the gym, and then going to Leo's after, having a cheeseburger. Me and one of my best friends, Marcus, who lived the street over, jumping each other's fence and then just going to
that was going to be the one thing that we never really talked about. We got the food delivered from Alan, but then we never talked about food with Mayor Bobby Hawking, because there's so much food in the area too.
Yeah, we've talked to him about it before, and anytime that we bring it up, he says, hey, I got to bring up Mama Francis. I got to bring up Simps. I got to bring up Texas Pit Stop Barbecue. And, he wants to bring in Kelly's, and there's a lot of great food that happens here in Lamarck that we've had. We've been very fortunate. Benito's is the other one, downtown. That's really close to them as well.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities. It's that barbecue that we really didn't get a whole lot to feature the barbecue food that was on there, but I enjoyed that barbecue. It was right there just by the high school. There's a little shop over there.
I got you. And if you're from Lamarck, then you know. So Lucky Mini Mart that used to have the Lucky Chinese food restaurant in there, but they don't have it anymore. And I remember that's another thing in Lamarck. I remember being a kid for years, going and picking up to go or eating there. And we asked, and some people said they think it was like some health issues with the gentleman who used to run that. The Lucky Mini Mart is still there, but now there's a pit outside, and sometimes there's a guy that'll go on the evenings and smoke some riblets and stuff like that.
I see his thing there all the way. I just wanted to go through some of these comments really fast. Alan said Solano's is where those
the
tacos came from. One was for the mayor. We said to take
tried.
it. We tried. He didn't want one.
But Kurt was like pinching his hand though. He was like, "Here's a taco for you, mayor. Don't take it. Don't take it."
Well, it was by itself, so it was perfect.
I know.
But
I'm just kidding.
I know he probably already eats a lot of tacos. The video is awesome, guys. Great job. Remember all of us little people when y'all are famous.
Funny.
Alan, you're bigger than we are right now because you got such a good heart, and A&A Machine and Fabrication is amazing. So we just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the tacos. Thank you for all that you do for the city of Lamarck. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's cool. Chef's Table shared out the video.
Yeah.
That was nice.
They're featured. Their shirt is.
Yes. Correct. They are. So, man.
Are you looking at all the comments?
I'm looking at the shares. I'm looking at the shares on that video.
There's a bunch already. If you don't know what we're talking about the City of Lamarck video. This is Lamarck. We posted it this morning at 9 o'clock during our show. So if you've been watching our show the whole time, you probably haven't had a chance to go back and look at it. But make sure that you go and take a look at this video. Make sure that you share it out and let people know about the great city of Lamarck that KHEA Radio is a part of and that we are proud to broadcast out of.
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot going on in our community, and so we're going to be at a meeting for the city of Lamarck, and I think they're going to be talking about the video later this evening. And then I'm starting my Iron Den challenge. It starts today. So
what did you have for? Can you have this taco?
You know what? Life is going to be interesting for the next 6 weeks as I don't know. I'm still figuring out my life. Okay, Kurt.
What did you have for breakfast?
I wasn't forced for this kind of temptation this early into my challenge. It's 6 weeks and today is day 1. I'm supposed to be working out. I'm supposed to be eating good, and tacos are eating good though. So I mean, I could justify this, but this is going to be all part of it, right? And I'm going to be documenting it as I try. And my hope is to release a video every week.
What did you have for breakfast?
So, I actually did not eat breakfast this morning.
So tacos,
but I'm planning. I have what I'm eating for lunch, and then I'm picking up some meals by ProFit Meals later this afternoon.
Okay, and then you're working out tonight.
Yeah, my plan is to work out at 4:30 at the Iron Den in League City. It'll be my first workout. It's about 30 minutes, but they say at the end of the 30 minutes that you're not going to be like, man, I wish I could work out more. So we'll see how I feel, but I'm going to be capturing it and letting everybody know what's going on.
When I did my workout challenge a year ago with Get Fit Nutrition, they were 30-minute workouts. You know, that's all you needed. Like, I was dying. Like, I was like, I just want to get out of here.
You were in pain.
Especially the last, like, you know, when it was getting closer to summer and they didn't have air conditioning in there. So it was like you're super sweaty. You just want to get done. I'm betting that's what the Iron Den is all about.
I'm excited. It's going to be good. But here's the thing. I'm going to need some B-roll cutaways, and at some point I'm going to need you to come and film like a portion of it, so that way I can use some of that. Unless I set up a tripod and had like my other camera like videoing, which I think would be a challenge because a lot of that is the close.
What if I just showed up in a hot dog suit?
I would love that. You can be featured in the video. I'm sure you would sneak into it somehow. So I don't know.
I will definitely make sure that I sneak in the hot dog suit. So what are you looking forward to in that challenge that you're like, hey, this 6 weeks, I'm going to be eating right. I'm going to be trying to do that. How can that work?
I'm excited because I have never officially done a challenge like this before. I think I have what it takes, but I don't know. You know, whenever you have your mind on a goal, there's always adversity that comes up. No matter what it is, I guarantee it. You know, like our video, we ran into adversity trying to do it. Our radio show, even today, every day you run into something that it pops its head up that it's unplanned. And 6 weeks is a long time. And so what I'm going to try and do and capture in a six video series is the adversity, the real life that happens. It's not always, you know, you see a before and after photo and it's like, man, they look great, you know, but the reality is you're going to run into stuff that's going to be like, hey, you can't do this, you know. I told my wife, because sometimes my wife, you know, like any family, you know, we enjoy eating together. Anytime that I try and eat right, she doesn't want to eat right all the time, which is fine. You know, she's like, hey, I want fast food. And I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to capture. I was like, are you going to want to be in my video? Like, that would make the views skyrocket if we're like arguing. Like, she's like, I want Wendy's. And I'm like, no, I have to eat vegetables. And like, think about the drama that's potentially there.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that being a difficult issue. I don't have to worry about that at this point, you know. But you know, even like when Nail and I go out to eat, it's, you know, hey, picking the right place,
even agreeing on a place
in general, not even talking about like where you're going to be at in terms of eating healthy or not. You got to make those decisions. And that can be hard.
I asked my wife, I was like, are you going to support me in this? She's like, I'm going to take it one day at a time. I'm like, you're not even officially doing anything. You have to take it a day at a time. Because I'm okay, for this first week, I'm doing 7 days of 3 healthy meals with like some snacks put in there. So it's like, if I wanted to continue it, thanks to ProFit meals, I'm not going to have to worry about or think about what I'm eating, which I could eat tuna. Like if somebody told me like, eat this, you know, and these are going to be delicious because I've seen the photos and my mouth is already watering thinking about it, thanks to, you know, the meals that ProFit Meals does. But if someone was like, well, eat tuna fish, drink water, only eat carrots, you know, I'd be like, okay, I'll do it, because I like to think that I have decent willpower, like if I really, really want to do something. And I'm hoping that for 6 weeks I'll be able to accomplish that. But we'll see, because I've never officially followed a regimen of working out that somebody else created for me and eating. I've always been like, well, I'll try and just eat healthier. You know, I'll try and eat healthier. I won't eat fast food. I'm going to cut out carbs. But this is going to be eat this, do this, and see what happens. So I'm not going to be in charge. I'm like just putting my mind, body, and everything else at the mercy of someone else.
Are you going to hate like going out with me eating, or if I bring in like,
well, if you remember correctly,
tacos?
No, I think I have good willpower. Would you agree? Because do you remember we filmed at restaurants for giveaway videos whenever we're on the cleanse?
The worst.
And we weren't able to eat.
I hate when we go to those restaurants and we are on like some little cleanse or doing something. No, like it's hard for me to be like, look at this delicious food that's just going to go to waste, you know, if we don't eat it.
Yeah.
But I guess that's where it's good to have a wife, because then you can be like,
I'll take food home to you.
Take home. Yeah, you know, so yeah, I can see that being a good thing.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be working out today. I believe at the 4:30 hour.
4:30 workout. You'll be done at 5. Shower.
Just go sweaty. Do they need me showered?
I mean, you gotta look kind of presentable. We're gonna be in front of the city of Lamarck.
The entire city.
Yes. I mean, they record these on TV, so I'm showing
They
up.
put these on television?
Yes.
Where?
They have a local Lamarck TV station.
Why aren't we on it?
Good question.
Is it Channel 16? Colleen, where are you at?
Yeah, I think it is
Colleen.
Channel 16.
I know. I heard someone talk about it the other day, but I don't know anything about it. But like,
It's
why
cable
aren't we on it?
access.
Yeah, why aren't we on cable access?
That's a very good question, actually. Why? Yeah, they could easily pipe in our signal.
Interesting. I'm intrigued. But so that's tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'll shower. Maybe I won't. If you show up to the council meeting, maybe that'll be the big suspense. Like, did Gardy shower? Did he not? And you'll find out.
Where is we didn't figure out where the meeting is. Isn't it at City Hall? Like in that room where we filmed the Kimball Foundation, Tanya?
Yeah, but whenever you walk into that building, it's straight to the left. There's something on the door that says like council chambers or something like that.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they have their own room in there.
Then if you go straight back, it's the community room. So that's what's going on with that.
Gotcha. So join us tonight at 6 o'clock. They're going to be, I guess, introducing us.
I don't know. He said it's an hour of agenda, and then there's like how much more?
Well, however long maybe the other stuff takes. We're on the agenda, so we're in the first hour.
Okay.
So from 6 to 7, we're going to be in there somewhere, hopefully.
What are you wearing? Are you wearing like a suit?
I was thinking of the hot dog
You're
suit.
going to be like, I'm cash. I'm going to go cash. And then you're just like, this is my cash, Gardy. Come on.
I was thinking of showing up in the hot dog suit. But I'm also scared because they can grill you, the city council, if they really wanted to.
If somebody did that to you, are you just going to sit there and take it? I don't like, especially if I feel that I'm right in a situation. What are you doing? You just sit there and
I argue.
That's your favorite thing to do, but if you get caught off guard, then you're just gonna be like, habadi.
And then I get really angry and I throw the table. I feel like going in front of the city council is almost like going in front of Congress.
Sure.
I picture myself doing that like it's like a name tag. And they have like a name tag in front of their seat, and then they have a chance to ask you questions. And I feel like that's going to be scariest. They're going to be like,
So here's what I'm going to say.
why did you do this?
If I get grilled in a situation, and I already have it prepared, what I'm going to say, I'm going to say, like, thank you for voicing your concern, and I'm sorry that you feel that way, and then I'm just going to rail back into him, too, if I feel I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm going to say, thank you for voicing your concern. I'm sorry you feel that way, and then I'm done. No, and then I'm just going to be like, and then I'm done. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah. Do you do that in your arguments? No.
What?
You sit there to, like, here's what makes this interesting between you and I.
Okay.
We're both pretty hard-headed. When we both think that we're right and when we're wrong.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Like, even if I'm wrong, I'm not going to let you have the satisfaction that you're right. You know what I mean?
I know that.
That's how I operate in general. I don't want to tell somebody that they're right because I want to be right all the time.
Okay. Is that something that you think you can maybe work on to be
Like,
better?
Like, no, and be like, no, you're right. I'm
You know
wrong.
what?
No, I don't want to ever be wrong.
Something I learned from Scott dealing with you is I walk.
Wait, you have conversations with?
No,
Okay.
I've seen Scott deal with you,
Oh, okay.
and you don't like being dealt with.
I hate it.
I ask
I'm
questions.
right. Always.
I ask questions back to you, like this morning. You asked me a couple things about the show. What do you think? What do you think? And then you're just like, well. And then you realize, like, okay, yeah, that was silly, or maybe
But
I
I'm
shouldn't
still
have.
asking you for your input. Never mind.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I don't want to fight. I'm right. You're wrong.
So, like, ask me something ridiculous, like you would normal. Like,
What are we gonna eat for lunch?
now, Kurt,
Because I already know the answer because you brought lunch and I brought lunch. And we have tacos.
I'm gonna cleanse, right?
Okay.
What do you think I'm eating for lunch?
This is the worst way. The worst way.
What do you think I'm eating for lunch?
The other one
Just out
is-
of curiosity, what do you think?
Okay, the other one that I really dislike, and I know it, but we use it on other people now too, is as it turns out. So if you ever hear Gardy or I say, as it turns out, we're giving away all of our trade secrets.
Here's Jazz. Okay, so Jazz has a good comment. Communication is key in relationships. And admitting that you're wrong and maybe coming to a compromise is also important because it'll make it work. Otherwise, you're going to run into a lot of issues and maybe it'll work, but people are going to be upset. in a relationship, whether that is like friendship, I think you have to realize at the end of the day, you're on the same team if you have a common goal. Like, what's the goal? Do you have common goals? Are you working towards the same thing? Do you and me want the same thing?
What is the common goal for us?
For us?
Grow KHEA Radio.
I don't know if we have common goals. No, I'm just kidding. Of course we do. We do have common goals. We want to spread positivity.
Yep.
We want to be in the community and spread out people that are doing good things, like spread the word. No.
Oh. I just was tired of saying yes, so I wanted to say, I was going to say nope to no matter what you said for the last one.
Wow. So, and grow KHEA Radio.
Yeah.
And then launch other ventures as well. And, we'll figure out what those are as we continue.
I just want to be educated. I want to be educated on what is happening in radio. I want to be educated on video. So, like, I just want to keep learning and growing and figuring out how we can do better. Because we've said this before about KHEA, and you're really getting some behind the scenes. Like, we're planning out some stuff. We're working through some things. But one of the things that I think really is important to both of us is to figure out how we can do this, because we don't have the education. We didn't go and I studied a little bit of radio, but it's not like we were like, hey, we've done this for years, let's go. It was, hey, let's figure this out as we go. What works, what doesn't work, what can we do to make it better, and I like feedback. I love it because it helps us continue to feel like, oh, hey, we need to do this better.
Yeah. And we touched on this earlier. If you can point out a problem, but anytime you point out a problem, you should always be brainstorming, even like for a solution, before you have you have the problem. What's the solution? What can I potentially bring to the table? But also not being married to ideas. And if somebody doesn't use your idea, or if there's a better one, you just be like, fight against it. Be like, well, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because it's my idea. And that's what you do.
I do that 100%. A lot. I do that a lot. I say, this is the idea. This is what we need to do. But I do take your suggestions when, like, take a look at that video, that we dropped for the city of Lamarck. This is Lamarck. I like the video because it's a concept that had a lot of input, because it wasn't just your and I input into it either. It was the city of Lamarck. It was the Lamarck Economic Development Corporation. It was other people inside of the city, and it created a awesome video.
Yeah. Communication is key in anything. Work, marriage, relationships, friendships, with your boss, with your kids. It's just very, very key. And whenever you're working with someone closely, or even, dealing with family, you always have to consider other people's feelings. Because even if you're talking, it's not about winning. My idea, I win. I won. But it's about reaching that goal. And you just have to remember, what's our goal? What is our common goal? And then just try and always keep that in the back of your head.
I saw, and I'm glad we're talking about this right now, because one of the things that I saw was there was an article about the Jonas Brothers. And, obviously the Jonas Brothers backed off, from what they were doing for a while. They just released a new one. But they were like, we hated each other. We got to a point where we didn't have, a solid ground to be on. And I was like, man, are Gardy and I ever going to get to that point where it's just like we hated each other? But no, because we do understand the common goals. Yeah. We do have I think we have great communication. It wasn't always great.
No.
But we've really come a long ways in that. And I think that's what makes KHEA Radio so cool, is that we love each other and we're able to spread positivity into the community.
Yeah. Working together is interesting. I'll say that.
I think you should see it from our Instagram live that we did at 1 o'clock in the morning here at KHEA Radio.
Yeah. So we got 20 seconds. We're going to go back on the FM, and then we'll have like about 9 minutes. We're going to end the show. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, suggestions, let us know. And we will answer those questions if we can. If not, we'll get back to you. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 10:50 Monday morning. TGIM. We had Mayor Bobby Hawking in. We had Petra from Petrified Eyes in studio. We had quite a bit of awesome news, even so far today.
Yeah, the news was that Petra is actually going to be changing locations from KHEA Plaza to League City, Old League City. Wow, say that fast.
You okay?
Say that 3 times fast. Old League City.
Old League City, Old League City. Well, that's 2 times fast.
You were about ready to stumble, so you stopped.
No, I was continuing off of your first one.
See,
it's that
teamwork. And so she's going to be down there hopefully like in the next couple of months. Like right away she was talking, it sounded like.
She said her lease is up at the end of the month, so we'll see what her plans are and how that comes in to fruition. But we have a taco cook-off that's launching.
Oh, I was going to bring that up.
Me too, because the mayor brought up Bayou Fest, which is awesome. It's been going on for some years now and has really grown. And this is going to be our first Taco Fest, actually right before Bayou Fest. And I think we can make October, like in the county, in Lamarck, can make it huge. So the city of Lamarck, we've already mentioned some stuff to them. We're working with the United Way. We're going to be teaming up with Alan Hutchins, A&A. He's going to be making it, helping us make it possible. We talked to the Daily News. Coastal Magazine is going to be in. And we're going to be having our first inaugural. It's the inaugural year of our Talk of Taco Cook-Off. Brought to you by KHEA Radio on the United Way.
October 12th at Abundant Life Christian Center. So that's 601 Delaney Road in the parking lot. It's a massive parking lot here at KHEA Radio and Abundant Life Christian Center. So we decided if we're going to do a taco cook-off, it needs to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be easy access, and we'll see what's going on. But I'm excited. It's going to be great. I'm excited to eat the tacos. I'm not. My 6-week challenge will be over by then, unless I make it like a 26-week challenge. I don't know how many weeks till, but the crunch time is on. We need to hit up Randall today, make sure that we're on the same page and get it out because we need you to participate. If you make the best tacos in our area, maybe the best tacos in the world, now is your chance. It's your time to shine.
Yeah, the Talk of Taco group, if you haven't joined it yet, there's about 1,000 people in there already.
It's awesome, huh?
It's great. It's
Isn't
so
that cool?
Like, you know how long it took us to get 1,000 likes on KHEA Radio? It took us a long time. It didn't take us as long to
like
get
8 months.
Yeah.
And then our Taco group is just like
4 months.
Yeah.
Like, boom, here. And I love the fact that people invite their friends. So if you are a part of the Taco group, invite your friends to be a part of it because people love taco. I see tacos like all the time now. And maybe it's because like Facebook knows how much I love tacos.
Oh, yeah.
But I see it all the time, like memes and T-shirts. The other day I was on the ferry coming over from Bolivar. And I got pointed out that there was this T-shirt, and it said, "Tacos are the soul." And Naola said, "You should go over there and take a picture or find out where they got the T-shirts because it'd be great to have it." It was actually a fuzzy tacos.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
T-shirt that says "Tacos are the window to the" or something like "are the soul." So I got a picture of it. I haven't posted it in the group, but you can do that. You can find a picture or a T-shirt or something, a meme.
Video.
And post that in the Taco group.
I've been drinking out of a Fuzzy's Taco cup at home. You know how you get like the large or the reusable cup, and it's like, I'm keeping this. So I have a Fuzzy's Taco
The
cup
time
that
we
using.
went?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that time, like, what I like is affordable tacos. You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go and spend $8 on a taco. You know, like, if I'm going to spend $8, then I want them all, like to be... I want 8 tacos, so about $1.
Yeah. So, we've had an awesome show today. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us. I think we're going to end Kickstart here because I want everybody that's watching right now to go check out the This Is Lamarck video. You can go to our KHEA radio page. I need y'all to watch that before 11 o'clock. Share it out. Even more importantly, share this video out. Share the This Is Lamarck. Give us that feedback that we are wanting to hear. And we appreciate you.
Yeah, make sure you go like that. It is our featured video on our Facebook page at KHEA Radio. If you haven't liked us, go and do so. We'll be sharing that out all day today. Make sure that you go like it and share it on as well.
All right, coming up next is Corey Asbury on KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This has been Kickstart. Be blessed. TGIM.
We love you guys. Bye, Facebook.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:30.